Whole different. I call it Rio Rancho activities. When I see things like that, they're different. They're different. They really are, bruh.
You got to carry yourself different up there because you don't want to get pulled over by them.
There's so many cops. I'm so sick of it. All of my tickets, all of my issues are Rio Rancho cops.
Listen, I thought Burke drivers were bad. Rio Rancho drivers are next level bad, bruh. Jesh. I was behind you the other day, bro. No blinker, just swerving into fucking traffic, my guy.
Damn.
I'm like, look, that's Jesh. I'm gonna judge him as he drives.
I know, Johnny, you don't got shit else to do.
Listen, bro, I don't. I'm on the west side fucking following Jesh, all right? Come on, calm down. It's the end of the year, bro. If I want to stalk my friends.
It is the end of the year. Yeah.
It's the end of the year.
You just got to catch up and say hi before the end of the year.
But then I was like, let me judge his driving. Look at this guy driving like he's from Rio Rancho. I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Yeah, they should have different license plates.
I like that. I support that idea.
Or just a frame.
Let's start a petition for Rio Rancho to have different license plates.
They have their own area code right now.
Hold up, what?
Who's the one who got their own?
87114.
No, it's like 575. Who's the?
Oh no, that's down south, my dog.
No.
Yeah.
I thought it was up north.
575. No, 505.
Yeah, they have
north.
like a dash. There's a 8711.
Yeah.
Like 87124-5786 or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
so I'm the one that doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, when you're all the way out there, I think I'm pretty sure it's once you pass Northern.
Yeah.
That's when those extra numbers, because it's literally just all suburbs. Like
I don't understand how it goes all the way into Bernalillo though. How the fuck? Like I'm going to Jemez and I'm like, how the fuck is this still Rio Rancho? This is Bernalillo.
Oh, Doc.
Get the fuck out of here.
That weird back road. That one loop,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's when it gets weird. I call that's like the Bermuda Triangle for some reason. That shit freaks me out, and I haven't. With the armory out there? Yeah, I'm like, why the fuck is there a tank?
Way out there.
Yeah, no shit though.
Because if you miss that left turn, then you're going to Jemez. But if you're like Bernalillo, and then what is it, 550? Yeah, you make a left. I don't know what that road is, and then you see the tank, and then you're like, la la la, Mariposa, and then the Colt. I call it the Colt, but it's Butterfly Colt, Mariposa out there. But when I worked at the night jobs, there's quite a few construction workers that I met that live out there.
Really?
Yeah. And they're just really well off, and I just don't understand why they're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
like,
that's why.
It's literally that's why they're well off, because they're in the middle of nowhere.
If they had enough money, they'd buy a fucking island. But that's the closest.
I think that's
island, you know?
that's the island.
Well, see, when I bought my house in Albuquerque, right? Like for one, none but love to my Rio Rancho people, but I ain't never moving out there. Sorry,
I'm so glad
guys.
I got out.
Fuck no, y'all can have it, Jesh. Y'all can have it.
I was there like 8 years. Yeah, I was there.
Jesh said we don't need any more Burke and Rio Rancho anyways. All right, well then fucking run it. But when I bought my pad, right, the same price for a house out in Rio Rancho, a la verga, I would have been in a 2-story fucking mansion.
They got nice, they're nice houses out
with
there.
a swimming
it's because
pool.
But you don't
the
have
35-minute drive, the 40-minute drive. Yeah, if you get those cookie cutter houses, you have no yard.
You have no yard. Your neighbor can
Listen, I would move back to Grants before I moved to fucking Rio Rancho.
I probably would too.
There you go. Shout out to Grants.
Yeah.
No disrespect, Rio Rancho, but listen.
That's funny.
Listen. It's because of Jesh's driving. That's my beef here.
We're out.
Yep.
Man, you never know where we're going to start this shit at, bro. We started fucking clowning on Rio Rancho, Jay. Why the fuck, bro, you throwing Rio Rancho under the bus, Jay? I blame you.
How the hell did I throw it
I don't know, bro. It just sounds like
the only thing worse than Rio Rancho cops is Corrales cops, though.
Ooh, yeah, bro. That's next level. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Well, you got one road.
Well, there's two.
I mean,
but the other road, you're fucked either way.
Yeah, you ain't running from the cops out
you
there,
don't
bro.
Run from them, bro.
No, where you?
I mean, you can try on Loma Larga.
Yeah, exactly.
Good luck.
Yeah, I know. Because
Good luck.
You have like a '96 Civic, maybe. But
Civic. You just blend in with pull in somene's driveway and blend
right in. Exactly, that's it. They're all working on one or two.
Start texting like you've been sitting there the whole time. Hey, anytime that I didn't have registration or like my license was fucking suspended or whatever the fuck, anytime a cop got behind me, listen, I'm pulling off into a residential. I'm pulling into someone's driveway.
I live here.
Yeah,
I live here. Yes, I've done that plenty of times. I'm sorry. What? No, I wasn't speeding. I'm just hurrying home.
Yeah, no, I'm just parked here. What are you talking about? That wasn't me. What are you talking about? I'm out. I'm out of the car. The keys are out of the ignition.
Right.
Prove it.
Right? I tried using the pregnant P card when I was like late to work and I was super pregnant and like I was like, yeah, this cop is pulling me over. Sweet, here's my chance. I'm gonna be like, sir, I've got to pee. He did not care. I got a ticket that day. I was like,
damn, what an asshole.
I'm like, you're telling me there's other days where I've literally gotten a warning. I get let go. No, this guy was like out for it.
The
was
one
like,
time
no,
you try to use that excuse, that what a dick.
I thought that was my moment.
What an asshole.
I looked down at my belly and I was like, you disappointment.
All for nothing.
Not even getting me nothing free. You know, it's funny. We have a version of that as dads, but it's a version, but a little different, right?
Let's hear this.
So let's hear this.
Let's hear this.
Jay knows he's going for some shit. So when my kids were like, I don't know, in their stroller, right? And there was something that I didn't want to buy from a store, Walmart specifically. I don't need a Walmart endorsement here, guys. I'd get it and I'd put it like in their stroller, right? Because nobody's really paying attention to what a baby's doing, right? And I got an excuse. If I get caught walking out the door with what I'm trying to steal, right? Like, oh man, he must have just grabbed it. I don't know. He grabbed this 65-inch flat screen and he put it underneath the stroller. I just walk out. Listen, I never got questioned, bro. I never got questioned.
Not again.
Dang, man, why you stealing, bro? You were only 1.5, my guy. Calm down.
Bro,
I'm just kidding. I never did that.
No.
That's funny. No. You don't
Disclaimer.
seem like the guy.
Stroller snag.
Disclaimer.
You don't seem like a guy.
Stroller snagging.
What about the self-checkouts, though? That was like...
Mommy, we didn't pay for that. Shh, shh.
Bro, seriously. Hey, all my kids, they're all on the hush-hush, except for Johnny Jr. This kid, oh my God.
Oh,
He'd
no.
be like, Dad, aren't you going to pay for that? Well, I am now.
I guess. Yes, we are.
I guess we are
totally
paying
are.
for this. Yeah. Get him to the car. Like,
hilarious.
you little... If you
Trying
see
to
me,
save $15.
get out of here, bro. Now I got to pay for the shit that I really didn't even want.
That's fucking funny. This dude I used to work with, bro, he was having his kid, right? And so they were going to get like a little a rug that the kid could like just chill on, right, in the living room. And so he gets like, he's like, oh, yeah, we got this big old plush white fur rug. It was so dope, da da da. And he gets up he switched the tags, right? His wife didn't see. And they get up to the register and she's like, wait, hold on. That's not the actual price. That's lower than the price that it said.
Oh, no.
And he's all, bro, I looked at her like, you motherfucking... He's like, so we instead of paying the $20, he's like, we paid $179 bucks for it.
Oh, my
So they're divorced
goodness.
now, right? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Nah.
They're going to be divorced after this podcast, there's Jake.
I know.
It's a joke.
Yeah, we're going to have to take that out.
It's for entertainment purposes only.
Just kidding. Yeah, that's funny, though. Being too what is it, up front, not up front, just being
Too honest?
Too honest, yes.
Well, see, there's the thing, right? Okay, I'm not sitting here saying I'm a fucking thief out here stealing from people, but Walmart, Target, all these big corporations, right? You ain't stealing from nobody.
They could take a small L.
I'm not gonna go steal from some local business.
A small L?
That's not even an L.
Do you see the customer service at like 11 at night when Walmart used to be open 24 hours? And you'd be there at like midnight and all these people with their go-backs and all the carts full of all the different departments and they're just overflowing. Yep. The food's rotting. The San Mateo, the Walmart, the Castle Walmart.
Oh, yeah.
Those dumpsters... just like a smorgasbord for people because there was so much food. And then the employees, I heard, were starting to put food specifically in one dumpster and then other items in the other. So that way it was easier for bums to dig through and get food.
Hey,
I'm like, this is insane.
That's
that
crazy.
like we don't even have a program to like save this food before it rots.
Well, they can't.
In customer service.
They can't because if the homeless people, if one of them gets
if
sick,
they can hire someone to
they can
greet
sue.
people and say hi, they can hire someone to hand out food. What's the difference?
Yeah. Well, but they get held accountable if the food, like if someone eats something, they get sick and it's rotted.
Disclaimer.
Sign the
free.
fine print.
Yeah.
Fine
Give me a
print.
thumbprint, you get a sack of food.
See, that's fucked up that they would rather put it in a separate dumpster than actually they got to go dig through it to go around the loophole of them getting fucking sued. That's crazy.
Because we have Roadrunner Food Bank here that will go around. I think it's Tomato Cafe that like it's either at the end of the week or maybe every night at the end of their shifts, but they have saved leftover foods and stuff. Yeah. So I mean, like, why do we have it?
That's dope. I think it's the bigger corporations that do shit like we were talking about Walmart.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like, if I was working down here, if I ended up getting fired, I'm not going to fucking be putting food in a dumpster when I know they're going to be coming and get it. I'd put it on the side, bro. At least on the side of it,
Right.
I'd put like a little clean contained dog. That's crazy. And then now they have all the self checkouts. Man, we're just bashing Walmart.
Yeah, sorry, Walmart. But it is when in the news this past week that they were saying they're going to close stores because they're losing so much money. And I think it's just mainly because they have too many stores open and no one wants to work there.
Yeah.
And they don't have enough employees. Self checkout, sure, but I mean,
They flexed. They opened like crazy. That's another thing that we could probably fucking point at. COVID changed everything. Changed the whole game.
because 10 years ago, we lost Kmart.
Yep.
So I mean,
Kmart,
it seems like every 10 years we're losing like there's some big change like society wise with like
Only one that
retail.
I cared about was Hastings.
Man.
Oh, I know. I
still mourn
can't.
Hastings.
I'm still not over it. I have a button that says I still miss Hastings.
I really do. Now that they tore down the building completely over there, the one off of Montgomery. It makes me sad to drive by it. I can't even do it.
And then the Hobby Lobby next to it too.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's all torn down.
Wow, I wonder what it's gonna be.
It's like, what did they say it was gonna be? Fuck, someone was telling me. I can't remember. But
Walmart.
the Walmart that they're moving it up there.
Super Target,
Su-
super extra super.
Target will probably be the next one that get hit because
I think
Walmart,
so,
Walmart, but Target's always been a little different than Walmart.
They have that bougie one that's up in Uptown, and then there's one up there in Rio Rancho.
So you saying the one that I go to is bougie? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No,
The
we have-
Uptown Target.
Where's
We
there
have a
another
few
Target?
because there's a Cottonwood one
Yeah.
Cotton.
off
yeah,
Paseo.
Okay, yeah. That's
There's
kinda by
the
me.
Rio Rancho one. There's the Paseo one off I-25. There's like a Wyoming Eubank Hotel Circle one next to that Petco. That's like a small one.
Yeah.
Damn, we got a fuckload of Targets. What the hell?
yeah,
I just
we
be
have-
going to the bougie one, Jay. I'll be
Yeah,
hating.
dog.
in Uptown.
Right.
Why
Yeah.
you hating on my Target, Jay?
I ain't hating on anything.
Coming
dog.
from Mr. Comcast fucking cable internet over here,
Fuck
telling me
yeah.
I'm bougie at that Target.
We got better food there though. So
Yeah.
like, but yeah. So
Is
if it
that
come-
why you go for the food, Johnny?
Nah, I go to steal shit, obviously. I was been talking about it.
That's why the last 10 minutes.
Listen, it's easier to steal there, Jay. Haven't you been paying attention, bro? The beginning of the podcast is all about stealing from
Yeah.
Walmart and Target,
Yeah.
my dude.
Yeah, I got
We
it.
shit on Rio Rancho. We're stealing from Walmart and Target. This
We're
is
going
aw-
through all of the elements that no one really thinks about when they visit New Mexico.
All right,
Yeah.
what's next? What's
People
next?
think we're off the rails, but we're completely on the rails here, right?
We're on it.
So we're gonna shift it a little bit. Have you guys watched the new Wednesday show on Netflix?
Like the first
No.
couple episodes, and
I'm
then
like
I'm
3
leaving it to the internet to ruin it for me, just
It's-
like Twilight. You
It's
know,
really good. Don't worry, you didn't miss much with Twilight.
right? No, I was working at Hot Topic. I didn't miss shit.
No. You
Okay, I was
absolutely
working
did
at
not.
Hot Topic when that shit took over, and I think that's when Hot Topic changed.
That's great. Hot topic.
Like,
yeah.
why these moms and daughters coming in with wet pants,
Yes.
excited to get in line for the movie theater, and I'm like, we just have to blow $300 on shirts and toys and buttons and all this stuff because we're gonna go sit in a movie theater and stare at it on a screen.
I like my vampires like killers, not sparkly
Soft.
disco balls.
Yeah.
Soft.
Right? They're not sparkly disco balls. I don't know. Maybe I'm from a different era here, but vampires are supposed to be scary, right?
Yeah.
They were fucking not scary at all.
You're talking about this is the.
We're talking about the sparkly
the
vampire
spin-off
Twilights.
off of the witches. Is that what you're talking
No,
about?
it is absolutely not a spinoff. It might be the worst vampire.
No, the
book
Twilight,
horror
the Twilight
movie.
series where it was Twilight 1,
You
2,
missed
3,
this, Jay?
You
Edward,
missed this?
Bella.
I missed
Oh
it.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't even know. I can't believe I'm about to talk
can't.
about this on the podcast, but I'm about to.
You don't have to, bro.
Listen,
Don't
but
worry.
I got to. I'm halfway there.
Okay.
This might be the only
Yeah.
time I get to talk about Twilight,
This
right?
is it.
So listen, me and my older brother Manny, dog, we're movie fanatics. We go to the movies all the time, right?
That's when
So-
midnight screenings were still happening too.
Yes. Yes.
yeah.
And that leads me to the story.
Yeah.
So it's the end. It's the last Twilight movie, right? So we get there, and it's the first viewing of it, right? So we get there, we're sitting there. It's me and my brother Manny, who is 10 years older than me.
Oh my
sitting
gosh.
there, right? And it didn't occur to me until we were in the movie. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are we doing? Two grown-ass men watching the first Twilight screening. This is awful, man. This is awful. Bro, don't even look at me.
Was it the first movie?
No, it was the last one. It was the
See,
best.
I didn't
So-
even get that far. You're ridiculous.
I know I'm ridiculous. I agree.
ridiculous.
Absolutely
Oh
ridiculous.
my God.
That's funny.
Listen, we were sitting there, and he's like, "Man, should we like hold hands, maybe? like, bro."
Were you
we're
sharing
putting
a popcorn
seat-
at
It's
least?
like we're putting a seat in between us, bro. Don't even look at me, bro. I'm a boo at this movie. We didn't realize going in. Yeah, it was crazy, dog. It was crazy. But
Yeah.
to our defense, We watch movies. We watch a lot of movies. We're movie fanatics. So
it's
we're
about
always at the
movies.
movie theater. Yes.
Yeah, it's about movies, not about the movie.
No, I just didn't realize. Sorry, Manny. I knew we were supposed to take this to the grave, but episode 25 needed to be the Twilight conversation.
Take it to the grave.
So, on that note, we should probably intro here, right?
Do it.
You are now tuned in to Respect the Connect. Your host, Johnny James, is here. My brother Jay's here. The whole crew's on the other side, and we're in focus. And we are joined by the beautiful, multi-talented Steph Sugar. Make some motherfucking noise. Let's go. Yeah. What's poppin'?
What's poppin'?
How you doing?
Doing good. I like going through the run through of like where have we been like localized as far as like New Mexico? What are we familiar with?
Yeah.
And we're only touching just like,
and we don't like Rio Rancho.
Yeah. And we don't like Rio Rancho.
We just started. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all, my people in Rio Rancho, just not a fan of the area.
There's people in Rio Rancho that don't like Rio Rancho.
Yeah.
Most of them.
Okay?
Jess is one of them.
All
See,
right.
here he is. Boom.
How's that HOA? How's that HOA? You see what I mean? You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me tell you real quick about a guilty pleasure of mine that's Rio Rancho themed, okay?
Let's hear
it's
it.
a Facebook group. I'll start there.
Okay.
It's a Facebook group. You know how lit those get,
yes.
right?
Yes.
We'll go into a whole nother thing about Facebook groups. But the Rio Rancho Moms Facebook group.
Oh, that already, the way you said it, I already know how it's going to go.
Yeah, no, it's wild because it's everything from, and I'm also in the Northern Meadows community group too. But,
So you just be sitting there watching the shit go off.
I haven't been there in 7 years, and it keeps me connected to my Rio Ranchoans and the HOA complainers. But yeah, the Northern Meadows, they're talking about lost dogs, kids out past, I don't know, these kids are making out at the end of the street at 6 a.m. and I think they're runaways, you know. And then the Rio Rancho Moms group, that vibe is like, hey, does anyone have a large Tupperware with a lid? It must have a lid. it must have a lid.
The problems, oh man.
Let's just go in it live.
Yikes. This sounds like fucking Footloose, bro. Like they're hating on the dude because he's coming into Rio Rancho dancing.
How many Karens do you think are in that?
Oh, it's probably...
No, it is Karen's.
That should be called the Karen Rio Rancho group.
That
I can only imagine because some of those groups get crazy, bruh. Like,
and if any Rio Rancho mom is listening to this show, I just want you to know that like I do appreciate it for the fact that I did start my I was a nail tech for 10 years and I based my clientele off of Facebook advertisements.
Really?
Yes. So these Facebook groups, including like the 505 swap and the flea market, like all those, before they had major rules and like mafia style, like, you know, hey, we're going to block this person.
Yeah, they came in and changed it all. It was easy. That's true though, because
no, it's very true.
Because Facebook, like the whole advertising aspect of it kind of like changed.
Yeah.
Too.
And that was before Instagram, you know, like we're from the OG.
We're talking Backpage days.
Oh yeah.
We're talking Craigslist.
So that's
days.
how like I got my start in like social media marketing and like knowing how the trends work, and you know you can pay for whatever ad you want to on Facebook. It's not going to get pushed anymore.
Yeah, no, hell no. That bubble popped.
Okay, so let's see. As of 24 minutes ago, oh geez.
Oh, let's hear this. Oh, wow. Someone's getting thrown right under the fucking bus.
Is it normal for childbirth, vaginal, epidural, no major complications, to cost $34K? If it's normal, I will have to suck it up and figure it out. But how does everyone afford to have kids? There's no comments, and I'm just gonna put the laugh react.
Boom, there you go. And it's funny because while she's gonna be a huge fan of the show, she's gonna be like, "Damn, I was happy that she laugh reacted, but now I know I'm getting thrown under the bus." Bro. Hey, listen, we don't afford kids. That's how we do it. I have no fucking clue. I got 4, and I don't know how I afford these motherfuckers.
I mean, yeah. If
34 grand each.
Yikes.
34 grand in the hospital. This is why we love Medicaid.
This is why we do.
Does anyone know when the Defined Fitness by Intel, the one at the old Kmart, is it going to open? This can all be answered on Google, ma'am. This can all be answered on Google.
That's hilarious.
I think a lot of people think Facebook's post is Google's search engine. Because I'll see that shit all the time.
Right.
I'm rarely on it. like very, very rarely. My fan page, you know, I'm a little active on there, but my personal profile, hell no. Because every time I log on there, it's some depressing ass shit, bro. I feel like I need to take a shower. I should go see a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
I don't do it.
I'm tired of hearing about people stubbing their fucking toe on like Facebook. It's like, that's all it is. It's just little bullshit.
Or the vague posting.
It's just like bullshit. Like, I don't give a fuck about that.
The vague posting of like, today is such a hard day and I just really wish people would understand, but it's just like no one understands and I guess I'm just here to hug myself. Goodbye. And it's like, well, do you want to...
You didn't even like reach out to anybody, like say something.
No, but then someone says something, they're like, oh, don't worry, I'm fine.
Yeah, exactly that.
Oh,
exactly
don't worry, I'm
that. It's all in the comments. We're all, hey, hun, message me. No, I'm fine.
I'm fine. Or no, my favorite is the pray for me. No details.
Yeah.
No questions.
Thoughts and prayers.
Pray for me.
Yeah.
Why? What am I praying for? I'm putting energy out into the universe for you. I got to know why. Like, what the fuck do you want, my guy?
Everyone needs husband.
How does that prayer go?
Yeah.
I'm praying for my Facebook friend. I don't know why, but I'm sending positive energy
Dear
out
baby
there.
Jesus.
Dear baby Jesus.
6 pounds.
I'm gonna move your mic just a little bit.
People need husband help with presents. Apparently.
Husband help?
I've seen 3 posts
Jay
already.
is here. He
They're
was
like,
just talking about his handyman services.
Yeah,
Come on, Jason.
There
Way
it
out
is.
of context.
You need the link.
Bro.
You need the link to
That's
this
it.
Facebook
Get in the Rio Rancho Moms
invite
group.
Me to that.
Listen, way out of context, but it still works,
Hey,
Jay.
bro.
It still works.
Maybe it is in the right context.
It is in the right context, bro. You're gonna pull up.
And I really don't feel like this is the group where we want to ask like, hey, do you think my 3 kids have ADHD? What are some ideas I can use to keep them busy? We do not have a DVD player or tablets.
It's not because you know what's happening, right? That they're seeing that, and then they're all friends. They're like, man, did you see Becky? Her kids are all fucked up, and they got ADHD.
That's the thing.
And then the other one's gonna be like, man, this bitch can't even afford a pregnancy. She got pregnant. She don't got 34. Like, if you ain't got money to have a kid, don't be having kids.
Well, see, now there's this perk of the groups where you can make yourself anonymous group member when you're commenting or putting a post. So now it just says group member. So that's when you know they really don't want you to know.
Oh yeah, that's like when you get hated on like TikTok and it's user 168595. Everybody, it's all
go
positive.
back to your country.
It's all positive, and one guy's like, "Fuck you, fuck you, and New Mexico. You're not
face
even
looks
funny."
dumb.
Have you seen your eyes lately, bro? Fuck, bro. Get some new glasses. You got lint on your shirt, you fucking
people
idiot.
Hate for anything,
bro. People hate for anything. They really do, bro. So. I seen that you just got back from Comic-Con, Steph.
Yes, I was just out at LA Comic-Con. It used to be called Stanley's LA Comic-Con, and then
that's like the main one, right?
San Diego is like the ultimate one, and they like are partnered with LA Comic-Con and something else. I can't remember. There's another. It's not Summerween. We just had the Summerween as well, where it's like it's all horror themed and they just keep the Halloween thing alive, like in the summer and in winter.
I'm with it. Let's fucking go. That's my favorite.
But yeah, LA Comic-Con, I want to see if they posted how many people, because the last time I went, before it was COVID and masks and all that, it was like 213,000 people that showed up throughout the weekend.
That's a lot.
And it's wild because it's like we go to Balloon Fiesta, we're seeing like fields of people. So it's like you put that inside a building with like staircases and elevators and escalators, and it's just
everybody's
like,
dressed like to the T.
You've got props like these giant wings, like League of Legends style cosplays are happening. So these giant builds are happening. But yeah, it's pretty crazy how like last year it did happen. They still required masks.
Really?
So if you didn't have a COVID vaccine, then you would do a test outside the building, wait the 30 minutes or an hour or whatever,
and then you
have to wear a mask. Yeah.
Cali's regulations are way more strict than everywhere else.
Same with Bernalillo. Have you been to Santa Ana Star?
I tripped out. I was like, you're not even playing. Like, I went to a gas station. It wasn't even Bernalillo talking about that. That was like a little further, but I went to a gas station and it was like, masks are still required.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? Luckily I had, some old decrepit masks in the center console of my truck.
Yeah. So this was the first year that masks were off, and I think maybe that's probably why it was just so crowded and packed and whatever. But they had like, I don't even know who they're big. They didn't really have like any super big celebrities anymore. Like everyone's kind of being pulled in different directions. And same with me. Like it's, you know, it used to be I would have to apply for gigs and I would have to message these Comic-Cons or message shows that like, hey, I want to perform or whatever. And now it's like, instead of messaging them 6 months in advance, they're messaging you like 6 days before a show. And they're like, hey, we have a spot. Are you free? And it's, I don't know. I think everyone's just kind of hungry for that entertainment to happen after, you know, 2 years of being trapped in the house. So I get it.
For sure. I'm seeing it too, even on a big scale and a smaller scale. Yeah. You're seeing shows that would not pop off on a fucking Monday are packed.
Yeah. No, I mean, I have an industry night burlesque show on a Monday night at Juno Bar. That's like off First Street. It's right by Hall of Spirits, but it's like, that's not really a popular type of traffic type area. So it's like for me to only rely on advertising online and like my performers to advertise, and it's filling a room of 40 people. Like that's weird. That's super weird for an Albuquerque like Monday night show.
Definitely.
Dude, even Launchpad on a Monday night, I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah, and it's dope to see, especially because some of these like
even El Rey last night, El Rey and Launchpad last night. Yep.
Cracking. I honestly,
what was going on at El Rey?
Where was I last night? Oh yeah, I was underneath at Founders. I was there for the comedy show. Okay. But there was something going on. There was like some pop-up casino thing, like maybe a fundraiser or show. I don't know. There was a show going on.
And see, there's even more. Like, not only are there people are coming out to them, there's more events. It seems like there's more things going on. You know what I mean? Like I said, on a big scale and a smaller scale. Yeah. So, how long have you been hitting the Comic-Cons up?
So I got into cosplay. It was like I've been modeling 12 years, doing like pinup stuff. There was a store in Cottonwood Mall years ago called 66 Pinups. They had a photo studio. That was my first time naming myself as Steph Sugar and like being in a calendar. I was Miss December. And I just kind of like went from realizing like, okay, I can do pinup and stuff, but being born and raised in Vegas and like costuming and all that stuff, my parents are in
it was there, it was in your DNA.
Yeah, I was just like, cool, like I want to make my own stuff. Like I love Tim Burton. I'm like super inspired, but just like, you know, I want to do it myself, but also still want to support local. So I'll really take things and put it together, you know, when it comes to like buying earrings from Art Walk. And then I'm like, oh, I can use this towards like a Starfire from Teen Titans, like cosplay or something like, but I'd say it's been like a solid 8 years for Comic-Cons, cosplay, traveling. And like, you know, I've incorporated burlesque into that, but it was Suicide Squad Harley Quinn that like really set it off for me.
Really?
And it was weird because I was doing nail competitions. I had a salon, like I had a whole thing going for me, like a whole career. I was like, cool, I own this salon, I booth rent, I've got stylists here, I do nail competitions in Vegas, I'm competing against people from Japan, Russia, like it was crazy. So
you were good. You didn't have to like.
I was good, right? You know, I'm not looking for anything else. But I was doing modeling on the side. I had my 2 kids. And like in between the kids and stuff, it was just kind of like I still wanted to find myself in this creative outlet. Having the creative outlet of being able to design nails was cool, and it like brought me to like my drawing roots and stuff. And at one point in my life, I was doing a tattoo apprenticeship, and like Saks,
so you've had
Saks
really
at Cottonwood Mall with Mr. Saks, like what's his face, John or Jeff.
So you were always looking for a creative.
It was always something artsy.
Yeah.
Can you draw random?
I mean, it's like the doodling kind of thing. Like I'll fill a whole page with just like all kinds of stuff. I kind of have more of a collage style art. I really like black line. Like I kind of stay with a lot of black and white art. But yeah, so then it went from nails, you know, my salon just happened to be one parking lot over from TD's North. And I hired a stylist that she was still part-time at TD's. And she was just like, hey, my client's canceled for today. I'm going to go to work. I was like, okay. And then she was like, you should really come by sometime. I was like, okay. And I was like, you know, blonde. I was like dyeing my hair at that point because, you know, I'm advertising for my salon. But then the Suicide Squad merch came out at the mall, and I have clients, their kids are coming in. They're like, you look like Harley Quinn. Like they just started. So it just all kind of started blending all at the same time. It wasn't just one thing. It wasn't just, oh, hey, I went to the strip club, or, oh, hey, someone told me I should dress like Harley. It was like just one giant like melting pot was happening. I had clients that were supportive. I had clients that left me because they found out that I was at TD's.
That shit's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I lost my business partner because of it. They cleaned out their stuff like overnight, and then they like met me with half rent the next day. They were like, "Hey, we just, we're just not really here for the drama, and we just have clients and we just don't like that our clients are talking about you all the time. And you just have a lot going on." So
how's that drama though? To me,
it was weird.
Like
I like never did anything to them. I like was never giving them late fees. They were even late on their rent at that point. I was like, they were like, "You haven't renewed contracts." I'm like, shouldn't that be good for you?
Yeah. No shit.
Right? Yeah.
No shit.
Like, what? Like, I don't understand. And I'm like, they were watching me go through. I was with a very straightforward Christian raised firefighter when all this melting pot was happening. So he thought, oh, well, I gave you a salon, so you should be happy. I let you do your thing. I let you work. I let you leave the house.
Yikes.
I let you leave the house.
All the stuff that you're saying that's yikes. I let you.
That's really how it was?
Yeah, that's
because like he wasn't even down, like before the whole modeling and dancing and thing, he wasn't even down for me being like a nail artist at the very least. He was just like, I can't believe women pay for a handicap. I can't believe women pay for a vanity. And it's just so vain. And like, it was just insane. And I was like, he was raised in Rio Rancho.
Not saying, just saying, bro. Hey.
Dude, it's
Rio
a trip.
Rancho activities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he is not a firefighter for Rio Rancho. He could not pass that test.
Hey, but see, the thing that's crazy, like about that to me, and has always been like, just doesn't make any sense to me, is the whole judgmental aspect of it, right? Like people look at it like, I don't know, it doesn't compute with me, right? Just because you might be living different than they see it, right? Doesn't mean that you're wrong or they're right or nobody's wrong or right in this situation. It's not one size fits all.
I have Christian clients that absolutely adore me and have supported my whole burlesque journey since the moment they found out.
That's what Jesus was all about, right? Jesus was all about support, everything all across the board, right?
Yeah, and I consider her like my unofficial mom, and her daughters also saw me for nails. So it was a big family affair of like, I not only do their nails, but we would hang out for holidays and stuff. And like, it was just really cool that, to see how like, okay, even though I lost my business partner, I lost like basically like I had a 3-year lease, and I'm so glad I didn't renew it because like literally a year later COVID happened.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, okay, paying $2,000
you would have been stuck.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, and now it's a dialysis center. It's right next to that Pizza Hut.
That's fucking funny.
Next to that Schlotsky's, yeah.
Yeah.
So by Cliff. So I'm like, okay, cool. So the timing like worked out the way it worked out. I started doing nails at home, like off of YouTube, like when I very, very first started. I was working at Home Depot at that point. I was like a supervisor or whatever, the special service desk. So it was like,
I might as well work at fucking Home Depot.
Dude, seriously though, they've got benefits for part-time. And on top of that, if you just keep moving up, the money there's great for one, but the benefits are cool. I don't know. Like it was a really good job. I really only left because I was like, I found nails and I was making more doing nails at home. But yeah, so the whole like, cosplay and burlesque, and it's like, I still deal with, people being for it or not for it. There's certain Comic-Cons that are like, no, we don't have after parties. And then there's other Comic-Cons that are like, we have an adult only hallway, where like they can allow those skimpier outfits and stuff and, the after party burlesque shows and whatnot. But it's really crazy how like you can see people support you, continue to support you, and then you have those people that just kind of like linger. Like are they supporting? What are they doing here? Yeah, and you're just like, I feel you. They're just watching. Like, okay, you're like, so you'll just pop in like once every other year on like a Facebook post or something. Yeah. Yep. It's really interesting. And then you kind of look at their life and then you're like, oh, they live like a really straightforward life. So maybe they're just something's boiling.
You're entertaining to them.
Well, but the thing is, though, is what's always been crazy to me about that like direction, right? Is you have these straight-laced, square fucking people that probably have crazy ass hangups, right?
Yeah.
Like
it's a list of insecurities.
That's what it is. It goes down to insecurities, right? And that's why you see people and like bashing other people for that decision, right? Like you were saying, losing clients when you went to TDs.
Yeah.
That's absolutely fucking nuts.
So they called and like, does Harley 505 work there?
To TDs?
And my name is obviously not Harley 505 if I'm at a strip club.
What? Can you
no one knows.
Weird.
No one knows my dancer name because
so
it's so
weird.
Yeah.
But who calls it? Hey, listen, is at Harley 505 working at North? Like, what the fuck? That's your username. That's not my real fucking name.
But the problem is there's a girl there that went by Harley Quinn.
Oh, shit.
So she got in trouble.
And I never met her. I never met her.
funny.
But because the girl who works the front desk, she, answers, and she's just answering truthfully because she doesn't know if customers are wanting to come in and see a specific girl, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's how it goes. So it's like, crap. Like, that's not my name. So I just I lost it, but it was okay.
So when you started there, were you like leaning into the Harley Quinn?
I was already
vibe. Like
I was. What was it? God, it all just happened in no. So I was already at the club for about 5 months before I fully committed my hair to the colors and then started buying the outfit pieces from Hot Topic. Like I bought the collar and I made the bikini top to match the sequin bottoms. And it was the movie came out August 5th. I went to the screening of that. I won tickets off of 104 The Edge, and people were just losing their mind over I was barely dressed halfway the full cosplay, and
people were
just losing it. They were just losing it. And it was just the hair, and they were like, oh my God, your face. And I didn't really realize how much I looked like her once I went blonde. So then I started diving into it. I have a little shirt here that has all my Harley pictures.
So that sparked it.
Yeah, so that sparked it. And what was crazy was I was hiding it from my husband for the first 6
Well, it sounds like
the 6 months I danced. He didn't know I danced.
Well, it sounds like he wouldn't have let.
Yeah. So then he finds and that was the thing is it's a legal job.
Oh, yeah.
And he absolutely hated that.
That sounds like insecurities on top
I was
of
dude, I'm trying not to go. Well, the problem was I'm not just there for fun, obviously, okay? So I went there because I didn't want to go bankrupt with my salon. I was losing stylists because these girls, I was giving them a chance. I was like, oh yeah, you just graduated school? Great, let's go. Guess what? They don't have a freaking clientele. They're relying on my building to just be a walk-in smorgasbord of people that just need their services desperately. I'm like, no, that doesn't exist. We're on San Mateo.
Yeah,
do you know how many salons are on San Mateo?
That's not a walk-up type of a business. Yeah.
No, so I was just okay. So yeah, it just turned into I needed the money. And once I got a taste for how much I made in my first hour, I was like, oh, oops, that's done. That's it. That's where I'm at. So.
And I think it's a mixture of the money that could be made, right? And the confidence,
the flexibility too.
Flexibility, and let's be real here. It takes a certain level of confidence to be able to put yourself out there like that. Not everybody can do it. Let's just be real here. People have tried. Just because they've tried doesn't mean they've been successful with it, right?
Right.
So how long does it take? How long does it take to actually go full cosplay? Is there, how much goes into it? How many hours?
I always recommend if someone's oh, I wish I could, if I hear people say, oh, I wish I could cosplay or I wish I could do that or whatever, I'm just hey, the best way to start is just figure out who you already follow or you're inspired by that you like. For me, when I started my Harley account, I just started following other Harley cosplayers, and we're still friends to this day. It's so weird. Dude, I'm friends with chicks in Berlin and Australia, Europe, all places cool. Ohio, Florida, and we're all trying to constantly talk about when we're going to meet.
I was about to say, do you guys ever meet?
There's a couple I have, in Vegas, LA, New York, I've met. Yeah.
That's cool.
So it's really cool when you meet them in person. You're like, wow, you're not a filter.
Oh, yeah.
And then you see what they really look like, and you're like, oh, okay, we're all editing. Great. Oh, okay. we're all doing it.
Hey, that's too funny.
And it's just funny because it's I didn't even know about editing. I didn't know that. I was just I just thought these girls looked badass. Yeah. I had no idea. So I think it was 2 years into doing shoots and having just doing photos and stuff on my Instagram, and I had a Patreon for the first year. It was 4 months in, and it was January, Albuquerque Comic-Con. So that was going to be my first time really debuting my full Suicide Squad Harley Quinn. I got the earrings, I got the custom ring that was 3D printed, I got the there's so much that goes into that cosplay, and for that to be my first one, I haven't put as much work into a cosplay since.
I was just about to ask that.
I'm that one, I don't know how. That one's the first one out of the bag for me that I went full on movie accurate.
You set the bar really high.
Yeah. Because it was like, you know, I'm investing in the contacts. I was coloring my hair. I was buying like the screen accurate, just everything.
Exactly.
I even had the shorts custom made because the Hot Topic ones are not screen accurate. The sequins are a centimeter bigger than what she wears in the movie. The shaping of the shorts are like a brief, but the ones she wears in the movie are more like shorts. Okay. And they're a dark red, not a bright red.
See, that's crazy.
It's a royal.
You really got into
People don't understand that.
No, like it's serious. Like people are like, what? I'm like, no, you can't just go buy this at Party City. Like I literally had these things custom made, or I had to make it myself. And they're like, why? And it's like, because.
But there's probably fans that are out there that are going to be like, that's exact.
Well, that's how I got.
Accurate.
Yeah, that's how I got my following. That's how I got my fan base. That's how I have fans that, you know, they'll buy every single print that I like. Hey, go on my website, and then they're just like, cool,
because it's accurate. Because the fan bases that go to Comic-Con and like all these big events like that, they do not play fucking games. They are dead ass serious about the accuracy of it. Yeah, and they'll call you out on it.
You know, there's like. There's different levels of like how accurate we can be, you know. Once I realized how accurate I was with that one, and like, you know, got the tattoo, and like I was like, okay, yeah, I was gonna fill it in with different, because in the movie it's blue and red, but if I do black and red Harley, then I like to color in just black and red. But there's different levels. I mean, there's, you know, you could be. There's, first of all, video game Harley. There's like 200 different outfits you can unlock in Injustice 2. So there's that direction of cosplay. There's, you know, you can customize it like how I do. I just buy anything black and red. Some new leather outfit comes out on someone's website that's like handmade or small business, then I'll buy it. I just did that for this recent LA Comic-Con. I wore like a leather bikini top and collar. And she hand makes all of that stuff. So I was just like, cool, I'm the first Harley to do that.
Dope.
So there's a lot of little things that you can do. There's no rules. And same with like burlesque, there's no rules. It's all about how you want to design it or portray it as a character.
So is she your favorite to portray?
Yeah.
Or do you have one that...
She's like natural, like most natural for me. Like
really?
I can, you know, whip out the voice or the characteristics, or when I'm dressed up, like I just... You know, like I saw this Joker and Batman, they were taking photos and they're trying to be all epic, like make it look like Batman's punching Joker. And like there's a crowd of like 40 people all standing around taking photos. I'm like, hey, what about me? And I just like jumped in and I just like got in there because I was like, well, you know, I mean.
I'm a part of this.
Poison Ivy was standing there and I was like, what? And then I looked at her and she was standing off to the side. I was like, hey, what about us? And then we took over the photo shoot at that point.
That's funny. Poor Batman.
Yeah.
Poor fucking Batman, bro.
I mean, they're just sweating their ass off. Who cares?
Fucking Batman, bro. He's listen, we always have this conversation, me and my
elbows.
boys, right?
That's what I call him.
Because
he fights with his elbows. It's great.
We're more of a Marvel family here, right?
Oh man, yeah.
Batman, bruh, get out of here, dog.
I don't know, bro.
Iron Man's better. Let's be real here. Although Harley Quinn, I fuck with tough. I'm just gonna be real here.
See, that's the thing. No one's ever DC world, but they have their favorites.
Their favorites for sure. Yeah. Joker, Harley Quinn, obviously, those are on the top there. But Batman, I don't know, man. He's always just complaining about shit, bro. He's moody, dog. Get like we need an antidepressant, bro. You're a fucking billionaire, my dude. You live with this fucking old man, bro.
Let's imagine
get your shit together here, bro.
A Batman sequel where he's like microdosing and he's on acid and he's just so excited.
I love it. I'm on board with it.
So happy.
Listen, when we have this conversation, me and my boys, Iron Man would fuck Batman up, bruh. Wouldn't even be a fight, my dude.
That should be a thing.
Listen, how? Come on, Jay. I know you want to pick Batman.
I don't know, bro.
How's he gonna be Iron Man? Iron Man fucking flies.
That's what I'm saying. I don't have a rebuttal, bro.
See, Batman doesn't fly.
And Iron Man's
like, he glides.
Iron Man's like, yeah, bitch, I'm Iron Man. Batman's like, oh no, I'm Bruce Wayne. Fuck that dude, bro. I'm not with Batman.
Kill me.
Oh, I'm Bruce Wayne. Alfred, give me some tea. What the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
You're fucking 50 and you live with a fucking 85-year-old man. Get your shit together here, Bruce.
I mean, it's just, you're Bruce Wayne. The machine for the tea should just be right on the counter next to you. No, coming out of like your suit. Out of your gauntlet.
Because Iron Man probably has it set up like that.
He does.
Iron Man wins, dog. Iron Man is the Marvel DC and Iron Man wins, bro.
It's the smart way. Iron Man is if Batman used his money properly.
No, okay.
And see,
that's what it is.
Yes, okay. This is a good question here. I'm glad we're here. Who would you rather hang out with? If you had to party, if you had to pick, right? And someone's like, all right, you could party with these two fuckers. Iron Man,
it's probably
or
gonna
Batman.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be Iron Man
For sure, because Iron Man's gonna be
because even out of the suit, Tony Stark is fun
he's
as
still
fuck.
the shit, right? He's still the shit. Batman's gonna be like,
Yeah.
I don't know, guys.
Yeah.
This probably isn't a good idea.
Let's go to a masquerade.
Do you guys really want to do? He's gonna call the cops. Bruce Wayne's gonna call the cops.
He's gonna call the cops.
He's gonna snitch. Iron Man's gonna be like, yeah.
And then who do they call?
Shit. Iron Man.
Him.
To fix it.
Yeah,
He's in all universes now, Jay. There's no continuity in this. Here.
Iron Man, we need you
over.
to come fix Gotham City.
He's breaking barriers. He's just jumping through.
Iron Man could probably fix Gotham City, but you see what he did to fucking bro? He saved the universe.
He did.
Right? He snapped his fingers. Right?
No, he did.
Well, that's why Iron Man was like the first.
That's why we're still
movie.
here, bro.
It is.
Yeah.
I don't know though. After he did that, COVID hit, so made things ain't been
and
right.
And then it
You
was
been
all
to a
about
Comic-Con?
gloves and like Thanos glove and like it was just weird. Like
That's funny as fuck.
It really was.
they knew
So
what
have
they
you
were
been
doing.
to Comic-Con or no?
You know what? I never have. Everybody's
Yeah.
told me. Obviously the easiest one to go to is here in Albuquerque, right?
Yeah, it's coming up in
I
January.
Haven't had a
13th.
chance to, and a few years back actually, and now I totally fucked up my chance. Was my favorite Power Ranger obviously was the Green Ranger.
Oof.
Tommy, let's
Yeah.
keep it here. Jason,
Yeah.
right? Rest in peace. He passed
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
That was like my childhood, dog.
He did martial art lessons for my friend out in California.
For real?
Yeah.
That's
he was her
cool.
teacher for a little bit when it was like peak, like 94, 95. Like
Oh, so that
White
was
Ranger.
that was
Yeah.
peak of the fucking career right there.
Yeah, so when it was like right when they finished the big boom of like the movie. I love the Power Rangers movie.
The
Five
first one
News.
is- come on.
Oh my god. No, I know. That's the only
epic.
one. That's it. I'm like all the sequels are shit after
Yeah,
that.
it's epic.
But
Even the one with Bryan Cranston.
Hey, that one it's just all right.
I never
bro.
seen it. That's
It's
wow,
all
wow,
right.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's the newer one.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's actually funny because him and Kimberly, the Pink Ranger, they make a quick little cameo at the end. But
Wow.
it's really cool. Like it's different. It's different. But coming from like a Power Rangers fan, from like I always say I'm a Power Rangers fan. I was a Power Rangers fan from like fucking 3rd grade to like 5th grade, maybe, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I was
that's
all
it.
in, bro. I was all in. I had the
Yeah.
Saba sword, bro.
You come
I was
home,
in.
you're all watching it after school.
The
The
I used-
studio has all kinds of
All
Power
kinds of
Rangers
Power Ranger
posters.
shit just kind of hidden. I would fight putties when I was like 3. You know what I'm saying? Like,
my God.
let's keep it real here though. Like the first Power Rangers, like, yeesh, man, that was some. Watching it back now,
Oh my god,
super
bro, no
cheesy,
way.
bro. But as a kid, dog, I fucking
No way.
loved
It was
it,
great.
bro. There was a whole sequence, right? When I don't know if you remember. This,
Oh,
'cause
when
you're
they're
a
all
couple-
jumping out, man.
Yeah, it was like
It's like
the shit.
Baywatch for kids. It really was.
You're like a few years younger than me, so you might have missed the Power Rangers wave a little bit.
No,
Jay,
I
or
was-
were
I
you
was-
on it
I was
still?
on it, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I
So
was on
you
it.
remember when the Green Ranger got introduced? When he came into the fucking fold, right?
can't pinpoint
Listen, as a 3rd grader, that was some stressful shit here, my dude. He was fucking them up, bro. He went in, he destroyed the command center, bro. Zordon's like, Rangers, and fucking he destroyed all that shit, bro. This motherfucker got inside their fucking Megazord and kicked all those motherfuckers out of it, bro. He was a menace to society, and it was the shit.
Damn.
He had a little flute dagger.
And
I don't
it
know
was
how the
the
fuck
shit.
that worked, right? And then even when he wasn't even in the Green Ranger outfit, right? Like Kimberly's like, oh hey Tommy, like what's going on with you? He's like, listen here, you little fucking chick.
Yeah, he was pretty serious.
Listen.
He was always like the
I
moody.
got my shit. Yeah,
It's
like-
Johnny James.
Bro-
It's Johnny James.
Listen, when my hair was long, bro, yeah. He's like,
Yeah, for real, the ponytail attitude. That's it.
listen here, Kimberly, I got my own life. You think I'm thinking about you?
Yeah, no, that's totally Tommy.
Bro,
Oh
and
my
then
god.
he just walked away and she was just sitting
my
there crying,
God.
bro. It was a 5-story arc here as a kid.
He's gonna have to shave and be Tommy
I'm
for
good.
his
It's gonna be
cosplay.
like
That's it.
Listen,
That's it.
Hey, it's fucking funny. There's a picture. If you go, oh no, I might have taken it off my Instagram. There was a fucking Halloween about 4 years ago. I didn't tell nobody what my costume was gonna be, right? Nobody. And everybody's at my pad getting ready. We're getting for this fucking Halloween party. And I told everybody, you guys are gonna trip the fuck out what my costume is. Listen, I was the fucking Green Ranger.
Great.
Full fucking Green Ranger outfit. Like, that shit's tight. Like, my dick and balls were all
my
out,
God.
bruh. It was like a whole
too
situation,
funny,
my dude. But it had a whole helmet on, right? I was the Green Ranger. It was the shit. No one even knew who I was at the party, so it was kind of cool, bro. I was like 34, full dressed on as the Green Ranger, bruh.
That's the best cosplays.
dope, yeah.
That's kind of how a lot of people, especially like Comic-Con is a way for people with like a lot of social anxiety and, you know, they really want to go somewhere, but like they don't want to deal with talking to people or like whatever. Those are the people that love the masks.
Yeah.
And I'll have those people just hang out at my table at a Comic-Con. And I like realized like, okay, this is like their way of trying to get used to like, you can just tell.
Lingers.
I mean, yeah, no, but it's like, you never know what's going on at home. And like, maybe this is the only way, like, oh, well, my dad likes the comic books and it's a way for me to get out of the house.
Exactly.
But, you know, it's weird because it's like, oh, well, why would you put a costume on? That's going to draw attention to yourself. But these people have found a way, like, oh, if I wear a certain costume, certain outfit, I'm not drawing attention to myself.
Well, then you fit in at a place like
or
that.
also though, even say you're not wearing the masks, right? But you're like you, for example, with Harley Quinn. Like, obviously, you're the character, right? So it gives
a big
you a
demand.
separation. Yeah, and it gives you a separation between yourself, who you are as a regular person.
Yeah.
Once you said, like, you get into the character.
It's a moment for acting because there's a lot of cosplayers that won't do the acting. And maybe that falls more into the character or the category of role playing because now there's role play rooms.
Yep. Which sound awesome to me.
Yeah.
I'm fucking down.
And you like sign up in your character on the list and then you kind of choose who you're going to like rumble or battle with.
I'm fucking
that's pretty
down.
dope, actually.
Listen, I got
but you can come up with a whole choreography, you know.
I still got my Green Ranger costume.
Yeah, see?
The Pink Ranger is out there somewhere. I'm fucking down. That sounds fucking awesome.
I need to get a Pink Ranger cosplay.
That sounds
I
fucking
did it
awesome.
two Halloweens in a row when I was a kid. I was a Pink Power Ranger, so I'm like, okay. You know, the helmets for kids are cheap, but
not for adults.
I know, I'm like, we're gonna
even the
have
little piece of shit that I had wasn't cheap, and it was didn't know.
I was the red Power Ranger, and I just remember that.
Of course
that
you were.
Fucking the plastic mask. That shit was horrible, bro.
I knew you were the Red Ranger, bro.
Did you?
You like Leonardo too, huh? And the Turtles, huh? Fucking knew it, bruh. I fucking knew it.
No, it was Raphael.
Okay.
Turtles, yeah.
Did you just like red then? I'm gonna let you get away with that.
Red,
yeah.
All right. Because the
Red
Red Ranger,
characters.
bro, the fuck out of here with the Red Ranger, Jay.
Why?
Because, bro, he was another dude that would call the cops. No one wants to party with the Red Ranger.
Oh, really?
I'm partying with the Green Ranger or the White Ranger.
I never seen him call
My
the
dude,
cops,
bro, he probably would have though.
Okay.
Him and Leonardo. If you party with him and Leonardo,
He probably
right?
would've.
Listen, if there was a party between the Red Ranger, Leonardo, and fucking Batman, they're all calling the cops, bro.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
All of them.
Okay.
They are.
All right.
I see it, Jay.
Okay.
I think that works.
It does. I never got to dress. I never dressed up as a Power Ranger as a kid, right? I waited till I was in my 30s to dress up as a Power Ranger. Hey, bro, we went to the party, dog, and it was funny because there was another little kid that was dressed up as a Power Ranger. And he was just following me around. I didn't take the mask off, though, because, like I said, I wasn't, bro,
You're in character.
I'm in character. And also,
That's all you got to say. I'm in
that
character.
shit's tight, my dude, bro. I'm out here looking fucking crazy, bro. So there's no pictures with the helmet off. So
That's
it's,
funny as hell.
What is it? Plausible deniability or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
But
Not responsible.
not responsible. So I think I've always looked at stuff like that as really dope for people that don't have your typical outlet.
Yeah.
Right? Like they grew up loving these characters and loving, you know, the movie or whatever it was.
And then it's a way for, you know, if people want to meet a certain cosplayer or comic artist, and Pink Power Ranger, she was at LA Comic-Con doing autographs and stuff. I don't understand the pricing when it comes to meeting these celebrities. That's the one thing is like,
what was she charging?
I mean, it's usually it's like $75 for like an autograph.
Damn, what
and
the
you
hell?
like buy the photo when they autograph it, and then if you want a photo with them, it's like $150. It's like crazy.
That's fucking insane.
Well, what was Jason Momoa? What was he like, $400 to take a picture with him?
$400.
He was $30K.
I'll take
They
a picture
paid
and
$30K for him to.
I'll
come
take
out
a picture
here.
and have Jesh edit the motherfucker into it for me. Straight up, his Photoshop skills are choice.
So there was I think it was day 1 or day 2 that he was wearing his sunglasses the whole day. So people were pissed. They were like, "Is this even him?"
That's
Like,
fucked up.
you know, we're all conspiracy New Mexicans, so
It's
we're
not
like,
him.
"Is that
Oh, yeah.
that's not even him, bro?
Yeah.
Like that's not him."
You just
Like,
paid $400. You just paid $400
glasses
to
off.
take a picture with his assistant.
Just knock him upside the head and make
With-
the glasses come off.
With
I don't
his
know.
stunt dude.
That's funny.
Yeah,
as fuck.
stunt Momoa. And then what was it, his longboard? He was like riding his longboard around like the halls and stuff, like just being a child on the
Little
last day.
douche.
I'm like, you can't even take your glasses off.
Sucks, man.
$400, I believe. So that's the one thing is like, you know, it's an opportunity for you to meet like your idols and stuff, but like
Sometimes they say don't meet your idols.
Yeah.
you can't pay to
Yes, you
you
can.
can't afford to meet your
Hell
idols.
no.
Is what
Yeah,
it
bro.
is.
Yeah. To keep his glasses on like that. That's
Yeah,
fucked up.
I think that's kind of messed up. I'm like, and then he just kind of like didn't really have. I don't understand when like these people get to a certain point of like And another reason why I'm still around and still busy and still booked is because I show up and like I make sure like I look nice and I bring, you know, the quality of like I'm not hungover. You know, like I was at Founders last night and I for sure had drinks, but like I'm not some person that's like irresponsible. Like, oh, hey, I'm going to be like 2 hours late. Oh, hey, I got to cancel. I can't tell you how many photographers have told me that they pick me because they know I'm going to show up.
That's a good attribute to have for sure.
And, you know, I have photographers that are like bugging me for years. They're like, hey, I'd love to shoot with you again. But I'm like, your photos, man. Yeah. But it's like, but they're reaching out to me because the models that they reach out to or try to shoot with, it doesn't happen. Mm-hmm. Or these models show up and their hair looks like crap or their face looks like crap or their outfits are crap. And it's like,
they don't carry themselves.
It's like at the end of the day, if someone has eyes and ears, like they're going to know what quality is.
Yes.
So.
And I mean, especially when you're working with somebody creatively, you get to a different level, like with each other, that you just wouldn't get if you're not working creatively.
Yeah. So, I mean, like with me, I've had to, you know, up my prices over the years when it comes to like me being asked to be a guest at Comic-Cons or burlesque shows or whatever the hell. But it's like, you have to like look at your market. I mean, they say that with everything, like no matter what, like just see what other people in your industry are charging. Mm-hmm. And then you just kind of got to look at your skills, the classes you've done, the education you've done, you know, investments you've done. Like, I mean, these little pasties.
I was about to say those are
Batman.
Those are fucking Batman pasties. He'd probably call the cops on you for wearing those.
Right. Well, this is legal. Yeah. And we actually, as a state, New Mexico, it was passed last or 2 Octobers ago that we could be topless as long as our nipples are covered.
Oh, really?
So you can like walk the streets apparently with just pasties on. That's what they say.
You just got to pick the right street.
Right. Yeah. I know. I'm like, well, let's see, Nob Hill or downtown, Rio Rancho. Hey. I think Rio Rancho would probably be way worse than any place. For sure.
You would light up the group text.
Oh yeah, that Facebook group's about to go crazy.
I know.
You see Harley Quinn walking around here with Batman pasties on her nipples.
Right.
She's right here by the mall.
If Bruce Wayne could buy my stuff, you know.
Listen.
But yeah, the stuff's not cheap. So it's like we try to tell people, like, you know, if you're investing more and more into your costuming, your cosplay, burlesque outfits, your wigs, stuff like that, like that's why you're not going to be $200 like you were last year.
Yeah, it's because you're taking that money, investing in the actual craft.
Yeah.
So what do you like doing better? Actually, now talking about that, do you like going to Comic-Cons or burlesque shows?
So the burlesque stuff is a wide margin as well, because it's like, you know, one show can have a budget where they can tell you like, this is our budget, this is what we can pay you. And then you look at the scene and you're like, oh, I have 20 girls in this show that I've been dying to meet for 5 years, and they all have 500,000 followers. They all have amazing events that they're part of. Like, this is a huge networking opportunity. Sure, I'm only getting paid $200, $300, but now I have this opportunity to expand my future.
And fold into other opportunities.
Right. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of gigs that I'll confuse people with because they're like, why'd you do that? And I'm like, it's not about the small venue. It's not about, you know, whatever. It's about the producers. It's about the people around me. Yeah. It's about the city in general. Like I went to New York and I booked a photo shoot on top of doing 2 shows in 2 different areas there. So it was just like, it's all networking, and they were small, like smaller than this room I performed in New York. But at the end of the day, it's New York. That's on my resume. No shit. Yep. And now every time I go there, I have a spot that I can either stay at, perform at, hang out, go dance, whatever.
Versus the relationships, those last longer than $300.
Exactly.
Right. So that's kind of like the hardest part about educating anybody about like, you know, cosplay or modeling or burlesque is like, you really have to be on top of your own marketing and your own branding. Because if you don't know how to set your own pricing, you're going to get walked on for whatever gigs that you think you're going to get paid, you know, big bucks for or something. So, and then there's other gigs that have their shit together that they're like, hi, we have $1,000 for you. We have a hotel. We're going to fly you out. How does that sound? Boom, done.
Easy. Yeah.
You know, and it's like, oh, it's not a networking. It's like, maybe a networking opportunity, but it's like, it doesn't matter to me as much because they're paying for so much and taking care of me so much. I don't have to worry about working harder to make sure this trip is worth my time. And I have a really hard time with having days off. Like I will just constantly, you know, if I don't have like a gig or a show or traveling or kid stuff to do, I'm like on my phone, like figuring out pre-planning trips for next year. I mean, we're all in that New Year's mode. I know. Right now.
We're stuck.
Why does it take? See, here's the thing. Here's the construct of society and the calendar is why do we do all of this cramming because we see the calendar like shrinking down here, but we don't realize like it doesn't stop.
It doesn't
like,
ever stop.
We have months after December. It's society giving us that rushed feeling of like, you need to buy presents. You need to do this. You need to tell people you love them. You're a piece of shit if you don't do all those things.
Right after Thanksgiving.
It's insane. Right. And those are the things I've had to really take into consideration with my own branding and with my scheduling of being like your own boss is like, I don't give a fuck about the calendar. I had a Christmas in July show. Because I didn't want to deal with Christmas shows for my troops and performers now. Like, I wanted to do it in July. It's the halfway mark of the year. Fuck it. People loved it. It was sold out. We got to do Christmas acts.
That's crazy.
Same thing you're talking about with Summerween. It's the same kind of concept. Like,
it's just make it yourself, make it your own. And, you know, Pride kind of takes over summer. So my busy season is literally like October, once people are settled, the kids are in school, they're kind of ready to go out and play again. It's like October through May is when I'm lit, like busy with like shows, Comic-Cons, modeling, whatever. And then also
stuff too.
Flights are cheap after Christmas. So I'm sorry, I'm taking advantage of that. Like there's a lot of things that have like made me make my schedule the way it is. It doesn't just happen overnight. Like, oh, hey, I want to be a burlesque performer. All right, here's the rundown. Here's how you do it. No one knows how to do it. So
you just got to get out there.
I'm still trying to research because I'm trying to invest in some like giant ostrich feather fans and like some expensive like ostrich boas and stuff. And there's a lot of performers that will deal with the airlines losing their shit. And I'm like, that's like $2,000 to $4,000 worth of costuming, dude.
No shit.
So I'm like, if I'm going to start investing in this crap, like I need to find someone to talk to. And I even asked in the New York performers group yesterday on Facebook, I was like, hey, who do we like? And she was like, well, just reach out to your favorite performer. I'm like, see, that's it.
I'm trying,
like, fuck, man. Like, I've been doing this 7 years and you're telling me, like, I still don't know all the things and there's still not an outlet for this information. So I don't know if maybe I'll start a YouTube.
That's a good fucking idea.
Yeah, because I'm like, I'm kind of like a go-getter and I've been doing, you know, marketing and all kinds of social media stuff for like 10 years. So I'm just like, well, the info's not there. This is wild.
And it's so niche and specific that you'd be able to target an audience like right away, like out the gate. See, that's the thing with YouTube now, separating yourself from like all the oversaturated shit that's out there.
Yeah.
Everybody's got some
Everyone's
kind of
doing
reviews, tutorial, all that shit's all out there. So to find a niche market like that and give information that you're saying yourself, you've been doing for 7 years and you still
and that's the trick is like you have to find your branding, your niche market. And then once you build that fan base, you can start incorporating small other little topics like, hey, today I visited a thrift store. That has nothing to do with cannabis or low-cash shit. That's in New Mexico.
Yeah.
But if that's one day of your life that you're like, I do want to talk about that for 10 minutes on my show, you already have the fan base there to listen to it and they're not going to walk away.
Because they want, now you've established a fan base that really is invested in what you're, see, I've always looked at it that way, you know what I'm saying, from the music game and everything that I do. Like, I've always felt like I'm the brand, right? It's me. They're investing in me and what I'm doing. So I'm not gonna let it fail because I'm not gonna fail.
Yeah.
It's not separate from like, there's no separation between me and what I'm doing. The brand is everything that I'm doing.
Because there's a lot of girls I see that they'll just, you know, their Instagram is just nothing about like every single post. They're just posting a review, a review, like, oh, check out this outfit, check out these, check out that. And I'm like, but when you lose these sponsors, are you gonna still dress up and post?
Yep.
You know, or you literally relying on another millionaire's product to make yourself a product. Like you can't make yourself a product off of someone else's business. That's just like trying to be, I want to be a superstar, but I work at Walmart. Like that's just not going to happen unless you have to branch out. And I feel like New Mexico in general, every time I do like my little Steph Sugar adventure tours when like I have performers from out of town staying with me and stuff, and I'll showcase them around and show them like Vic Vittles and Old Town and stuff.
All the
like
places
we
you
go,
gotta hit.
yeah, like we got to go to all these little places, but I also got to show you like how much local business is insanely thriving when it comes to the chains that Albuquerque has created, like Twisters,
Exactly.
Blake's.
Yep.
I mean, Blake's got bought out by Texas, but
they still made a lot of money before they got bought
right.
out.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, and then there's Dion's. There's just all, you know, all kinds of businesses. You don't realize it until you're driving through and you're like, wow, these did start here.
Yep, they're
And
specific.
They're chains.
For sure.
And I don't see that when I go to Vegas or, you know, go to California and stuff. You see a few things, but I mean,
Not as much. Our culture is still very much thriving and intact.
Yeah.
yeah, very business minded. So like I like to apply that and help others with their like social media business, stuff like that. So when I'm not doing the burlesque and cosplay stuff, my day job is like I'll either do Skype sessions and teach people about algorithms, or they're like, I don't know how to use Instagram, and I just like teach them the basics. There's people that literally don't know. They have such good gigs. They have such good gigs. They make such good money, but you can't tell because their Instagram looks like crap. And then I'm like, oh my God, like, why aren't you posting? He was like, yeah, I'm part of this and I work with this charity. And I'm like, you need to post that, sir. Like, so
it's true though, because it can, it like compounds itself into everything else.
yeah. Well, it's your business card is what I tell people. Like your Instagram is literally your business card now. Like your highlights should literally be like what you want people to see as your accomplishments.
Yep.
You know, use your story if you're not going to post every day. Like you need to use your story as like a little mini vlog.
I think a lot of people don't utilize their story correctly.
Oh my God. I just talked to someone the other day. He had no idea. He was
Yep.
like, I tapped on your face and I saw a bunch of videos. I was like, are you serious? Like,
Seriously.
it's pretty bad. So I teach on that level. And then as far for other people that are in town, I tell them, I'm like, I can either run your social media or I can teach you how to run it, or I can, you know, we can sit down with the whole team of people and see if you want multiple people to log in and run it. Because there's a million ways to run it. It's just about running it. Like, don't sit here and think that people are going to flood your business if you just have Facebook or if you just have word of mouth.
Yeah.
And consistency with that is key.
Yeah.
Like you
No,
have
Monty's Cigar Place on San Mateo. I just looked it up just to randomly because I, you know, it's been there forever and I see cars and stuff, and looked up their Instagram. They haven't posted in like 5 years or something. And I'm like, they have like 3 posts on their Instagram. I'm like,
Well,
I'm going to go after them.
Their clientele isn't.
I'm going to walk in all busty and I'll be like, hi.
Let me run your page.
I was looking at your Instagram. I saw it's kind of dry.
Although you might be wrong though, their clientele's combing Instagram. Everybody's combing Instagram,
Everybody
bruh.
is, but
everybody be on the gram.
I just people buying cigars. I don't really buy cigars, so like I think their clientele is older.
Older
so
dudes.
they're probably not on fucking.
Maybe.
They're probably not on Instagram.
They're already locked in.
They might be on the
Farmers Only?
Rio Rancho Moms Club
On farmersonly.com.
Farmers Only.
Christians Mingle.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Those are fucking crazy ones, bro.
Yeah.
Listen,
I
I've almost wanted to start a Farmers Only just to see what it was all about.
I heard you don't.
I got a tractor.
I heard you don't have to
Farmers
actually be a
Only.
farmer.
Well, that's false advertisement then, bro. Farmers
I like
Only, and you ain't a farmer?
Those commercials are funny. It's just like this dude by himself, and then at the end of the commercial, there's like 30 chicks next to the lake in his like in the back of his truck. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Listen,
God.
you get on the website, you get all of them, Jay.
Yeah.
Come on,
Let's
don't
see.
you buy the
Let's see.
advertising?
We're gonna find out.
Listen, make yourself a Farmers Only account. Follow up next year on the podcast. Jay's gonna have a yacht. They're gonna be all on his ass.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a country accent, bro.
But what about so you got Farmers Only and Christians Mingle, right? Those are like dating sites, correct?
I
Like
think so,
dating
yeah.
social media.
Bumble.
And you got Tinder and
There's
stuff
all
out there,
kinds
right?
of them now.
Remember
whole
Plenty of Fish?
No.
POF.
I've never been on a dating site.
This
I've
dude says
actually.
the fucking
Me either.
initials.
Well, everybody says it, bro.
I didn't know that even existed.
POF, Poffers.
Plenty of-
I only know it 'cause
I've
it
never
popped
used
up
a
on
dating
Instagram.
site
Yeah,
because I've
same.
never been single.
Okay.
Okay.
I've been single all my life.
But I guess I can say today that Steph Sugar is single.
Boom. So you better go. What?
I've
what
never
is
said it.
What is it going to be though? Is it Farmers Only, Christians
know.
Mingle? Which one are you going to jump on?
Oh, wow. But that's the thing is I've never been single.
Today
I didn't
you're-
have time to even like download the app.
I didn't have time to download the app. That's fucking funny.
Yeah, I've never had to be on. One of the homies was like, "Bro, you gotta get on Tinder. It's just like you get chicks all day." Da, da, da.
Well,
like,
duh.
That's all it's for, though, right?
Yeah, that's all.
Tinder's just for fucking, though, right?
Oh, so why are people using Snapchat as a way of like?
Listen, I haven't logged into my Snap. Listen, I never log into my Snapchat, right? When I do, it's just flooded with porn. Like, it's fucking crazy. I don't even got to go to, like, no other websites. Snapchat is just flooded with porn.
I don't understand.
How much are they converting, you think? So all these fake, like, OnlyFans that are on Snapchat, right? Because that's all I get.
Yeah, because they, like, charge,
How many do you think they're converting? Like, you really think they're pulling, like a fan base off of Snapchat?
I don't know. I don't.
You know, I've had fans that just like, it's just in the last month I've had like 3 guys tell me they're really sick of when they join an OnlyFans and all they see is advertisements for other girls' OnlyFans.
Oh.
And that's where I'm like, my marketing brain like fizzes out because I'm like, I understand what you're trying to do, but this is not how you do it because you're driving away your people,
your customers that want to be there to see you.
Yeah, they want to see you. They don't want to see ads. This isn't YouTube. Like, this is ridiculous shit. And then on top of that, it's like, there's guys that are like, it's almost like every day. Like, I just, you know, I get confused because I log on and I'm like, I don't know who this girl is. And then I realize it's an ad. And that's like, they're posting ads more than they're posting content.
So is it the girl,
and it's a way
to
posting the ads, it's a share for share type of thing.
Okay.
Of like, oh hey, check out my friend.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's just like, you know, girls used to do it on Instagram, but then people were getting flagged and taken down because girls want specific like girls would send me photos and they're like, hey, share for share. They won't. They don't even say hi. They just say S4S question mark. Send me this lewd ass photo that like I don't even post. I can't post certain things on my page, and I'm like, okay, how do they get to wear the sheer white wet thing and that doesn't get taken down? But I'm like over here with some side boob and it gets taken down. Like,
Instagram's on that fuck shit though. That shit pisses me off. Instagram, their regulations are all over the place. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's
at all. It's like, get over it, Instagram. It's a fucking nipple. Like, get out of here.
They should really have just a paywall where you can just like verify your ID, pay a certain price to like be like, yo, I want to be in the 18 up, you know, what is it, $10 a month?
You know what that would do to OnlyFans? That would smash them. If Instagram opened up a section where it was pay as you go, and 18 and over, OnlyFans would be done. It'd be game over.
I've never been on like an OnlyFans.
I have one, bro.
See, and it's a mess now because
again, I've never been on.
Bro, it's me walking in the Muscat.
You can't even post. No, it's not.
It's my
because
feet.
I try posting my public shit because fans like that, and I'm out, you know, over by the Rio Grande. I'm like, I'm going for a hike. Where's my shirt? And it got taken down because they're like, no public, and I'm like, what do you mean?
What?
So hold on, is that a stipulation inside of OnlyFans?
I had to say, I had to put in the title like in my backyard.
I mean,
I'm like, how are you gonna tell me how big my fucking backyard is?
I didn't
like,
know that.
It really is my backyard.
That's news to me. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and then they're also getting strict on like how aggressive certain content can be, and I just don't understand that because I'm like, if this is a place where we're supposed to be able to share that type of content, and like it's comparable to another, you know, other porn sites and stuff. So how are you going to tell me like someone can't forcefully be doing some oral over here?
Yeah, that like when I think
I could just climb on over to Google, type in my favorite free porn search engine and watch whatever the fuck.
That's why I don't know if they're like trying to make it like, well, we just want to make sure performers are safe or what. I just don't get it. And I'm like, well, then it's all fucked. Yeah. Because like you're not ever going to be able to control what someone's uploading.
Yeah.
They're getting picky on like, you know, if you have a model in the photo with you, you have to tag them. They have to have an OnlyFans account, or there's like a section. There's a section that was just added for release forms. Like, it's so ridiculous.
Damn, that's crazy.
And then this is what's making people make their own websites.
Because they don't want to stay on there and deal with all those stipulations.
I have a Squarespace for selling my burlesque show tickets and for selling my prints and my stickers and my merch, but I can literally add a section on my Squarespace that makes it to where it's like they have a login, enter in a password, and they get access to like certain drive links and stuff.
I mean, you might as well fucking do that, especially.
It takes time. It's not as easy to upload as OnlyFans, and that's why OnlyFans is getting their people
But once you've established your base,
you just got to hire a 2600 club kid to, you know.
And if you've established your base, you have their email address. They're already following you on all of your other social media platforms. Fuck that third party.
Right.
Cut them out of especially if they're making all the stipulations all crazy. Yeah. Because there's so much.
Because it's not like OnlyFans is bringing in a group of people that are just sitting there waiting to discover an OnlyFans page. They're only going to your OnlyFans because you have a fan base somewhere else. And that's what I try to tell these girls that get into modeling. You can show your twat all you want, girl. There's a million of them on the internet. Nobody wants to see yours. If you have a fan base, they want to see yours.
Boom. You got to make some motherfucking noise with that right there, because that's a fucking fact.
That's
it's true though, because you see people that
it's not about having it. It's about who you are.
Exactly. You have people out here that are struggling to get a couple of people on their OnlyFans page, and they're out here doing the most. The most. With like only a couple of people on there, and it's like, damn, like what the fuck are you doing? Then you have celebrities like that Bad Baby chick, right? The moment she turned 18, brother, she said she made, what was it, $30 million or some crazy shit like that last year on OnlyFans. And I don't know, because I'm not.
Because she knew, because she built that. She built that up.
She didn't
do anything.
She was just in bikinis.
It was just a bra.
Because she built up the fan base.
Yeah, no, her brain was smart, and she knew exactly that people were waiting for that day. She probably had a manager telling her, like, you realize you're going to be 18.
But then you got Lucy. Then you got Lucy from down the street that's on the Rio Rancho Facebook page. She's out here sticking all kinds of shit in her ass, and she's only got 3 people on her OnlyFans page, right? Like that, the struggle is real out here. So you got to know your.
And then, so when they start struggling on OnlyFans, then they start posting more on the public areas, and that's when I realized, like, oh my God, like you're struggling because now I'm having a 79% off sale, and I'm just freaking naked, and they're just posting it on their Instagram, and it's like, well, if you've already posted it on your Instagram, what the hell is there to see when I join your site? And then in the strip clubs, we're seeing a huge influx of girls that have failed at OnlyFans. And so they're like, wow, Strip Talk inspired me. And they're going on Strip Talk on TikTok. You look up hashtag Strip Talk, dangerous as fuck. There's girls that are posting, money and stacks of money and all this shit, and they're trying to make it seem like they're balling. And then you've got the other girls that are posting, oh, here's my night on a Friday night at 11 at night, and it's dead. Yeah. And it's like, those are real.
The real
videos.
Side of it.
That's real.
1000%.
But these girls that see the money and they see, Cardi B and all the movies and everything that just glamorizes the hell out of it now. And it's like, okay, yes, it's glamorized, but can you realize that, like, there's no school for that? Like, you have to go to trade school to be an electrician. You have to go to school to be a firefighter. What the fuck makes you think you just get to buy a pair of heels and step into my world and act like you know how to fucking do what you're doing? Like, it's crazy.
And they really don't, and you can see it.
And then there's 30 girls on the chart at Knockouts, and there's only 2 customers in there, and they're not even staring at the stage. They're staring at the TV. Yeah. And it's just crazy. And
we have a really small market for that. Like Albuquerque, the New Mexico, but Albuquerque in general. Like that's a very, very, like the ceiling is almost instantaneous.
You can't just be a girl stripping. Like, if you don't have a fan base, you're not even going to make it at a strip club now. Like, that's how I'm seeing it now. Yeah, because if I go, I haven't been since March. I got kind of depressed when I went and got my sheriff's card in Vegas.
I mean, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to come back.
Listen, dude, when I went to Vegas, that was the first time that I had to pay to work and didn't make my money back.
Damn,
really?
And they're charging, $75 to work.
Vegas.
They'll charge like a 10%, fee off of like your total for that night. Oh, it's rhino chips and cheetah dollars and stuff like that, right? Yeah. Crazy horse dollars. I can only turn those in. It happened after COVID for some reason. You get paid in those like Monopoly monies as a dancer. There's only like 2 days out of the week that you can turn those in for actual cash.
Holy.
So if you're traveling, so we just found this out. We were like, oh yeah, let's go, everyone on, because there's a dancers resource app for girls that are dancers that if they're traveling the country, the world, or whatever, they can look up the reviews on the clubs. It's a really safe space. I highly recommend it to any stripper, any dancer. I'm trying to get them to build a burlesque section so we can talk about shady producers and stuff, and like make sure
you guys keep each other safe.
Yeah, because I'm like the stripper community on this app is amazing. So I'm like, we need to combine all forms of the stripping.
Especially because there's a whole bunch of fucking weirdo predators that are out there looking for real, dog. Like, I'll be the first one to say.
So there's this new trend going on where there's people that get on an Instagram account. They title it as if it's the strip club name, like it's a second account, like a front desk or office room account. And they're like, hey, we would love to see you audition. We would love to pay you to audition. We would love to, can you meet us in this alley?
In this alley?
Whoa!
Like,
what the fuck? Yeah, no, probably not, my guy. Probably not.
So they shared that screenshot on the Dancers Resource page on Instagram. And then they're like, hey, you know, keep an eye out for this club. There's this promoter that's trying to say they're doing auditions and paying for them. That's not fucking happening.
That way you guys can protect each other.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how it should be.
Yeah.
That's really how it should be.
Yeah.
Like, because there's a bunch of fucking weirdo predators out there that want to take advantage of
these girls getting murdered left and right by their fans.
They're young,
and stuff.
bro. Like they come in young. Like they're fresh. They're super green. You know what I mean? And they don't know the ins and outs of it.
Yeah, no. The internet has like caused, you know, just these girls just think, oh, I can just be this person. I can just take off my clothes and I'm just instantly famous. Or I can just go to the strip club and I can, you know, whatever. And I'm just like, I'm trying to teach girls like branding. Do you want to do this? Wait, are you sure you want to do this?
Yeah.
Because I've met girls that have done the whole shebang of OnlyFans and things more than I've done. And I thought I was crazy. And like, you know, I'm a suicide girl. I'm a cam girl. I've done content with girls. And I have my OnlyFans. And that's all extra incomes on the side of like burlesque and the social media stuff and whatever. And it's like, there's a lot of people that don't even know I'm a stripper or a cam girl or have done content like that. And to meet girls that have done like, there was, speaking of Rio Rancho, holy fuck.
That's what we're calling this episode, Brett.
7 degrees of Rio Rancho.
No shit.
Okay, no, I swear to fucking God. But there was literally, I'll try to find the page. There was a guy at one point that was trying to act like he was running Girls Paradise or whatever. And he was like from Rio Rancho and he was trying to make like a small local porn label.
For real?
Yeah. And so this girl that I know, a couple girls that I know, they literally were not only modeling in super neon bikinis. Like, is this the 90s? Like, what the fuck is going on? But like, that's how you can just tell how old this guy is probably. But, and then I saw like the clips and the stills of like videos that were happening. I was like, what? Like, there's no way this guy is paying. He made a website, probably a Squarespace, like just made it look flashy as if it's legit. And I'm like, and then of course it's gone now. Like, you know, and then that girl, she literally posts on Facebook. Why do people do this? She posted on Facebook, hey guys, so I'm transitioning and I'm trying to get back to a normal type of lifestyle. How do you guys recommend like, you know, scrubbing the internet of things that I'm like,
it's out there. It's gone. It's over. Once the trigger's pulled, that's forever.
I literally Googled her name after I saw that Facebook.
she just put more people onto the fact of what she's doing.
I Googled her name and it's just a picture of her like on her knees in the shower below another girl. And I'm like,
off of camera, you're asking me her name.
Yeah, I'm like, you Google my name like that. And that was on the first page. Okay.
Damn.
So when you go on the first page of Google.
And that's the first one that pops up?
Yeah. I'm like, you don't see that for me.
Well, see, a lot of
when you Google me, like it's all like cosplay stuff.
One of my homegirls didn't understand the benefits. Like when she came in, she was super green too, and she didn't understand the benefits of having a stage name. She was just like, well, why don't I just use my real name? It's like, because you probably don't want to use your real name because of exactly that.
You just go to the freaking wherever. You just go wherever, and then, you know, people are just like, oh, that's that OnlyFans, you know, and then they'll just start messaging you.
Albuquerque is small. Yeah. Super small.
Yeah. But no, my ex is making fake Instagrams and like reaching out to me and he's like, hey, is this person cool? And like asking if he's cool. To see what,
Whoa.
Yeah. To see what I say.
Wah is right.
That's to literally see what I say about him because he wants to know the dirt that I'm
That's some fucking holy
Yeah.
shit. That is some bonkers shit.
Right there,
all right, I gotta hit it. Okay.
All right.
And then the name of the account is similar to his account name.
Bro.
So I'm like, what?
Bro. This is crazy. Yeah. Look, it says, is your ex I'm gonna remove his name for fucking
right.
internet purposes. Cool. Your response. Can I read your responses? Is fucking pretty epic. Are you fucking kidding me? Do you want the screenshot of his exes all claiming he's an abuser, rapist, overall piece of shit for causing PTSD and years of bullshit? How did you read through? Did you know right away that it was him?
Damn.
I didn't.
Knew.
I think this morning is when it kind of hit me because it says it was seen 8 hours ago and 12 hours ago.
For me though, what kind of
he was at Alien Brewing, and
could you imagine, right?
Caught him.
Say you were a fan of hers, right? You're a fan of hers. Mm-hmm. Why would you approach it with like, hey, by the way, I really like what you do, but is your ex cool? What the fuck?
I know,
that's
right?
a definite like. You mean, are you cool? Because I fucking know it's you, my dude.
I know, that's fucking hilarious.
The internet's made people fucking strange.
Yeah.
The internet's made people do really strange behavior like that. Like, have you got to, I guess, since we're down this rabbit hole, have you gotten any weird stalkers?
Oh, dude, it's like, yeah.
It's just go straight to the weirdest.
It's nonstop. Like I'm gonna make a T-shirt or maybe a poster because it's so long, but maybe a nightgown. I'm gonna make a nightgown out of this fucking image. But there's this one account where he just says hi, hey, hello, hey, how are you, hi, like. Just
nonstop.
It's been 2 years now, I think, and it's like every month or every couple weeks, and then it goes like a 2-month dry spell, and then it comes back.
Damn.
And I'm like, I've never answered.
Why are you leading him on?
Just talking to himself.
Why are you leading him on?
Just kidding.
It's crazy, and I'm like, this is really, and then he's local.
That's fun. He's local.
You know, local and local. Yeah. See, and then so another thing, a weird thing about like. You know, like in text, you don't really know if someone's like pissed off and you have a hard time. Like some people just fucking suck at texting too. And then you're just like, I thought you were mad. They're like, no, I'm so happy. And you're like, oh, well,
like, okay.
Your fucking text sucks. But there's people that like are on the spectrum, autism, all that, intellectual developmental disabilities. Mm-hmm. And, you know, you can read that right away when you're at Comic-Con seeing people face to face in person. Now, when you have someone dressed up as the Joker on Instagram and their outfits just, you know, Party City quality, and it's just not great or whatever, you know, you can't really tell. You're just like, is this like some cheap creep or is this a special person? So you have to kind of like, I had to teach girls like, they were sending me screens. They were like, this guy keeps bugging me. I was like, he's special, dude. Like, take his money and be nice. Like, these people have money. They're, you know, usually like the biggest fans where they'll buy all your prints because they kind of have that collector type vibe to them. Mm-hmm. They have their niche, you know, they have their things they like to do. But
it's hard to decipher it through text.
They don't know how to talk. So it's like, these people are really cool. They just don't know how to talk. So I had to like, teach this one girl. I was like, hey, like you just need to realize like you need to go to their Instagram page and like kind of dig through. You can't just stare at a DM and be a monster because you're not going to build a fan base like
and
telling
you don't
people
really know.
And that's a big fucking problem in the strip clubs too, is all these girls just walking around like, oh, well, like, you know, like what, like, I mean, these guys are coming in to see you so you can get paid, and like they just walk around like mad. And, you know, there's no conversation build up. Like, again, branding, like they don't want to build a friendship. It's like build regulars. Don't just get the money, like build regulars.
And there's always the old dude at the strip club that's like, smile, baby girl. She's like, fuck you.
Yeah, man.
Smile, baby girl.
Smile, baby. It's always the older dude, bro, that always hits him with that. Smile, baby. And then they flip out on him. I'm like, man, let me buy you a drink, dog. She's upset, my dude. She ain't having it, my guy.
Well, and it's like they forget where they are. It's like, this is your job. You're not at Smith's trying to like be incognito buying your fat foods, you know? Like,
listen, I'd go to Smith's more. That'd be a dope ass version of Smith's.
Well, yeah, something. Right. No, if I could hold on to a shopping cart and stripper heels, I'd have a great time.
Hey.
I'd have a lot less back problems for sure. But yeah, I just think they forget where they are, and then they just have that like, why are you talking to me? Why are you telling me to smile? Like if a guy tells me in Smith's to smile, I'm just gonna pretend I speak Russian. I don't even know what he said.
Yeah.
But if a guy in the strip club tells me to smile, I'm gonna be like, oh hey, let me see your smile. Like I'm just gonna play into it. Like that's what we're here for. We're literally, it's called clowning in the stripper community. and we put on the clown face, and here we are to entertain you.
Exactly.
And if you forget that clown face, then you're just in your head and you need to go the fuck home.
Yeah, because you're probably
you ain't trying to make money.
You're not trying to make money. You're not going to build regular clientele that's going to come back because they're going to remember. Even if they catch the shrapnel of you telling old dude the fuck off, right?
Yeah.
Because me sitting there, I'm like, man, I ain't trying to get a dance. She's mad she don't like this old dude. That is
my best.
Just trying to chill.
My best night at TD's was when it was like within my first 2 months there. I was like dressed as Harley on a Monday, and it was in December. And this lady just got promoted at Sandia Casino, and she's been there like 10 years, and she was just like by herself, and she's like, nobody wanted to meet up. I guess I'm here by myself. She was like, I love Harley Quinn. And she was just like losing it. I didn't even have to do dances or anything. We're standing at the bar, and she's just buying me drinks. I told the bartender, I was like, give me water shots because I don't want to drink.
I'd be all fucking sloshed.
Yeah, so they'll just bring over, and then because she thinks I'm drinking, she's getting lit. She's trying to keep up with me.
Yep.
She's just putting 20s on me every time I take a shot. She's just paying me just to stand there. This guy comes up. He's like, hey, sweetie. Like, she went to the bathroom, so of course, the sharks come in. So he comes up, and he's like, hey, sweetie, what are you doing messing around with that lady? I was like, well, she's paying me. Like, obviously. I look like a fucking Christmas tree. She's putting money all over me. And he's like, well, I'm back there. And I'm like, well, I'm right here. So, I mean, it's just interesting how the perspective is when you're just like, oh yeah, I am just standing here, and there are guys here that want me to dance.
Yeah,
you forgot about it.
But you ain't the only female there though. You ain't the only one there working.
Yeah,
I mean, you might be the only one they want though.
Right. That's what it comes
down to.
Bro,
that's the thing.
dudes, fucking bro, we got some fucking problems, my guy.
We're
just attack,
we're
bro.
We just
guys, just attack, bro. Like the moment you said she went to the bathroom, and here comes the
Well, so in Vegas,
Jaws music.
the Vegas thing of why I got depressed and haven't been back to the club since. And if I go back to the club, like I announce it online, and Knockouts is like, when are you coming back? They text me all the time. They're pissed. I'm like, listen, Knockouts is cool. I love Jackie, but I don't know, TD's is where it's at.
Yeah.
It's just, the couches are less crusty.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
I don't know. There's cameras at Knockouts. It's safe. It's great. Yeah. Everyone's really cool, but there's not enough space. It is just so congested.
It is.
This guy was like, hey, baby, do you want to buy? I'm like, no, I don't want to buy any of that powder. And then he's like, oh, let's do a dance. And then we do a dance. He gives me the money. Then he was like, do you want to buy? I was like, so you're just trying to make me buy so you could get your money back? Like,
he's out here trying to out-hustle the hustler.
Yes. So that's why these girls get really messed up in the club, and you got to watch what you're doing.
So I got to ask, though.
But in Vegas.
About the bananas.
Oh, yeah, I will. I'll show
You're touching the bananas.
So,
I got to ask about the bananas.
So in Vegas, there was this girl this guy, he was throwing cash. There's no one else in the club. He's throwing it. While me, a friend, these two other girls, we're like, yay, dancing. This one girl just starts grabbing all the cash, and she's like,
this is mine. Get the fuck out of here.
And we were like, we're all dancing, and she's like, I was like, oh my God, we're going to get our ass kicked.
Yikes.
So it was scary. And she was tiny, but you can just tell when they're tiny and they're like, their bones are like what's going to go through you.
Oh, yeah, for sure. She's going to fuck you up. She's
my God. I was like, no, that's fine. No, thank you, Vegas.
I think you need it more than I do.
I had one sticking in my shoe. I was like, this is my souvenir, I guess. It's all Crazy Horse dollars. I'm like.
Vegas is a whole different animal.
Yeah.
That was a beat. And then there's a minimum there.
Yeah.
You get TDs, you can go in 4-hour minimum, cheap price. You can go in whenever you want.
And actually make some money.
Yeah, no, Vegas, they're like 6-hour minimum. We take your keys. You don't get to leave till you finish that 6-hour shift.
Damn, what the fuck?
And they park your car for you because they want to know if you've been drinking. They want to see your car. It's nuts.
Wow. Because they've been doing that. Vegas is like the Mecca.
Right.
Yeah.
They know all about it.
When I turned 21, that's where we went to the strip club.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, bro, I was going to say, motherfucker, you're about 38, bro. What are you talking about when I turned?
Yeah, it was a long fucking time ago. Just the other day. No.
Just the auditions for Vegas, you can't even get hired until you audition. And you can't audition and just get hired. Yeah. It's wild.
Because there's so many people that are going out there to Vegas to do that exact thing. It's the same
reason. It's the capital.
It's the same reason you can't go out to fucking Los Angeles and be fucking booked on any movie that you want.
It's like trying to be a dancer at any club you want to in Vegas is like trying to be an actor in Hollywood for sure, or here.
1000%.
But yeah, no. So it basically is they're like, okay, go get dressed. We spend 10 minutes, 15 minutes getting dressed. They're like, okay, when you come back out, you know, we come back out. We're at Treasures. This was the worst audition. Just like broke us. Like we got in the car and we looked at each other and we were like, are we fucking ugly? Like, dude, it like messed with us so bad. Like I'm wearing my blonde wig. I've like got, you know, my nice shoes, outfit, everything. They're like just a bikini because they don't want you covered up. They want to see your body. And they were just like, nope, too many tattoos. Spin around, nope, too many tattoos. Both of us.
Just kicked you guys the fuck out.
Just spin in a circle. They don't even want us on stage. I'm like, how do you not even want us to dance? Like, you don't know how I talk to people. You don't know how I dance. Like,
they just instantly
they also
knew.
don't do rock music at any of the clubs in Vegas. They're all strictly techno and rap and hip hop. And I'm like,
there's a small amount of like rock music.
I dance to rock music and like I dance to everything like alternative and you know I can do hip hop and stuff, but I'm like
that's your go-to.
The techno EDM. I'm like, why are they making it like it's a dance club? Like no one's dancing in here. People are supposed to be getting dances and watching. And then none of their poles spin. It's really weird. Yeah. So it seems like Atlanta is like where it's at. If you really want to see like good strippers, you want to see.
The words right out of my mouth.
I just came from Atlanta, and the Uber driver was like a 20-minute Uber, bro. That's all he was talking about was their fucking strip clubs.
Okay.
Yeah, he was like, oh, we got
Atlanta's
this.
known for it.
Yeah, I'm dying to go.
And then Sunday, there's a little. You could go to the little Mexican spot. Da, da, da. I was like, damn.
Yeah, Vegas
gave us the whole run through of the strip clubs.
Vegas is really trapped in this like 90s, 2000s kind of standard because I mean, just looking at the managers of these clubs, like there was one club where I walk up and he looks at the ID and just sees my age. Didn't even have me. He was just like, nope, we're looking for 19-year-olds.
Damn.
The fuck?
That's crazy.
Because a 19-year-old has dance experience, a 19-year-old has life experience. Like you're just literally looking for like the most moldable girls, you know, and no tattoos and whatever.
They're the most impressionable. They're the most moldable. They're green. They have no idea, so they can.
It's really dangerous.
They can
out
take
there.
them and make them however the fuck they want. Then they put them in there. They eat them up and they spit them out.
Yeah.
By the time they're 21, done.
Hustler is the only club out there that is actually pretty active about being. It might be female owned at this point.
I like the way Hustler's set up. That's a dope ass spot.
Yeah, and then they started networking with the local burlesque scene to where they have like a little cabaret type show that they'll do once a month, and they'll have the local performers like Savannah Fox, all kinds of people will come in and do a little show. So I'm like, cool, that's the, you know, and I've tried talking to TDs about me, and they're like, well, we go through, I've been talking to them about booking me for years, like just put my name on the board, have me do like 2 nights, you know, have a weekend where I do a couple acts, magic tricks, whatever. And they were just like, no, we go through a promoter business. They're just all about, it's just stuck in the 90s. I'm like, what the hell? Like, you don't know how to.
Atlanta's not like that.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah. No, networking is where it's at. And I just don't.
That's the mecca for networking as far as stripping and music goes.
Yeah.
Like,
that's how I got all my first like movie gigs was, I mean, the people you meet in a strip club, they're having business meetings.
Yeah, it's not. There's an image of it. I think that a lot of people just don't. It's just unrealistic. It's not exactly what people think it is. You know what I mean? Like, there's obviously that does go down sometimes.
It's more of a venting house than anything. People go there to vent.
Seriously, it really is.
Party. I mean, people want to relax. They'll throw some dollars, get some dances. But I mean, I'd say 90% of what's happening in the strip club is what a lot of people don't even realize, you know, is happening there. I'm like, we're talking more than anything. Like, you know, and then we get a little performance when the DJ calls my name. I go up on stage, do 2 dances, and then I go sit down and we're like back to talking about business or whatever. Or interesting. I mean, people like to sponsor as well. So it's like, it's a good spot to be like, hey, you know, I'm not here all the time. Like it's kind of like when you go to a restaurant and, you know, people leave the 10 Commandments coin because they want to see you go farther in life than just be a server. So it kind of happens in the strip club where they're like, oh, you know, do you go to school? What do you do outside of here? And like, you better have your freaking story ready. And I tell these girls, I was like, listen, you're not a full-time stripper. They don't want to hear that.
No, they want to hear. They want to hear the other. Yep.
Because all of my regulars, all of my biggest sponsors, all of my biggest clients and supporters to this day are people that know that I'm doing like bigger things than what I did yesterday. So it's like, once they hear that, they just, you know, they want to support a cause. It's just like charity.
Talking about that,
I'm just a sparkly charity.
Talking about that, what's next? What do you got in the holster for 2023?
So I am in the middle of applying for quite a few burlesque festivals. Festivals are usually like a 2-day thing, and it's a huge networking opportunity because you're not only around all these amazing performers, but it can be a specific theme for the show. So for example, Mile High Burlesque Festival is a cannabis themed burlesque festival that I did finally this past April in Denver. And it's always on 420 weekend. It was crazy. I did my pizza slut act. I'm April O'Neil, comes home after a long day, seduces the pizza boy, takes the pizza.
Hey, that sounds fire.
Yeah.
That's dope.
So it's like becoming like my signature act. And it was for the category Master of the Munchies. So festivals will have like a showcase night where they do a bunch of acts and like party, hang out, you get to network and play and stuff. And then the Saturday night is usually the competitions. So they had Most High, Best Buds, Master of the Munchies, and that might have been it. Just those 3 categories. So I competed against someone that had a cheeseburger act, and she ended up winning.
Really? What did she do? What was the act?
It was really good. And I like how at the end of both of our acts, we're just like eating our foods that were like part of our acts. So she has her McDoubles and I have my pizza. And she's in Vegas and we're good friends. I actually brought her out here to Copper Lounge a couple months ago.
Oh, that's dope.
Her name's Illy Royale with cheese. And
Illy Royale with cheese.
Yeah. So I know, and we announce her and people love it. But so her act, she comes out and it's to the Celine Dion song, the really epic one, When You Touch Me Like This.
Oh, yeah.
So she comes out and she does the whole thing. And then when it gets like epic with the baby, like she pulls out and then there's someone in the audience that shoots a fry gun. And she got this fry gun made, and it's literally like a little gun that just shoots out like 3D printed like plastic fries. It's so good. It's just
fucking dope.
It's so epic. And she pulls out little burgers out of her bra and eats them, and her pasties are slices of cheese, which I'm working on my pasty. Usually your pasties are supposed to be like a pretty good detailed something to do with your act. These are actually my April O'Neil pasties. I just stayed with green because I was like, well, I just want, sparkly, pretty. Got the little
those are dope
twirling powers, and it's actually part of a tassels and assholes set.
Tassels and assholes.
Yeah, so the assholes.
That's fire.
That's fucking funny.
The assholes is when like you do like the little football run, like how like on the football field, and that's all you need to get them going. And you stick them like right on the high like apple part where like your ass bone is. And once you find that sweet spot and you just start doing that football run on stage, they just start spinning. Damn. So it's not too popular, but it is. There's competitions for Master of Assholes, Master of Tassels and stuff. Yeah, Zia Sandia actually got Master of Assholes for 2019, I believe, out in Florida.
That's
cool. Yeah, so there's a bunch of different competitions and stuff. It's really cool. For festivals, we don't get paid. That's the thing.
But like you said earlier, it's more of a networking type of situation.
And then you're being part of something that's annual. It's once a year. And you're known for it.
Well,
so
it sounds like you met a bunch of dope ass actual performers too.
Yeah. Well, and then I was able to get really tied into the Vegas scene because I didn't realize how much the Vegas scene was connected to the Denver scene until I did that show. So that was in April. I literally finished that show. I hopped on a plane 4 hours later. So the after party went till like 2, right? We go to this place called Chubby's, get like chorizo burrito, whatever. I'm like, I gotta eat before I get on the plane. And the plane took off at like 5 a.m. And then I was in Portland, performed that night my pizza slut act. I was up for like 48 hours at this point.
Fuck.
Damn.
It was crazy. And then by the time I was gonna sleep, it was like,
So as you've been sitting here, I have noticed all the stuff you got out here, Steph. For some reason, the bananas keep catching my eye. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
Bananas.
The bananas keep catching my eye.
So the when it comes to burlesque acts, you pick a theme. You can come out and just be this pretty person that just takes clothes off, and you have feather fans and a boa, and you're just pretty. But because I have my background in cosplay and I'm just nutty, I always have to have like either like my April O'Neil act. I've got pizza. Vampira, I have the bats, I have bananas. So my first signature act was Quinn Stefani was my original burlesque name. Because I was Harley Quinn, and then being blonde, I kept getting compared to Gwen Stefani, and then she was kind of popping, like her Vegas show debuted and stuff. So it was like between Margot Robbie and Gwen Stefani, I got that a lot. So I was like, well, let me have this banana act. You know, I acquired a fly mask from another performer that was moving, and I was like, okay, how about I come out of a banana and I'm a fruit fly, because you can never like buy bananas without these fucking fruit flies showing up. So I just made like this whole storyline of like giant banana. It's covered in like 11,000 crystals, and I come out and it's a scented act. I have like a little misting spray bottle, and I went to the specialty shop and they have this like banana scented oil. So I just have this like Laffy Taffy banana scent happening. And then I try to eat between 4 to 6 bananas throughout the act.
Really?
And I'll have them strapped on my garters. I have them strapped like in my arms, like hiding in my dress. So it kind of looks like a magic act, because I'll eat one and then I pull out another one and it's like full. And people loved it in New York. They were just like, I mean, the venue was kind of dark too, so it kind of helped. But yeah, they were just like, what? So these are my first pasties from my banana act. And then for the act of why I guess it is so popular. Let's see if I can pull. Oh, there is music that goes, you know, to it.
Come on, producer.
But I know.
Beatbox, Jay.
Hey, be funny, Johnny.
Be funny, you beatbox then.
There is music that goes to it, but usually the act is where like I pull out the first banana, blom, 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 I eat it, and then I pull out the second banana, I eat it, and then I pull out 2 more bananas, and people are like, oh my God, there's just 2 more bananas.
Out of everywhere.
Yeah, there's just 2 more bananas, and then it turns into where like I'll have the bananas, and I'm like, okay, we're here. Hold on. Like, we're there. We're there. We're there.
All right.
I knew it was going to go there.
Yeah, and then I have to, like, ditch them that fast, and I'll just be on stage, like.
That does sound like a magic act.
Yeah.
Right.
It's wild.
That was very aggressive.
And then you have to make sure, you have to make sure it's like, when I'm in full adrenaline on stage, dude, it's like.
Aggressive.
It's crazy.
That goes from holy shit, this is amazing to holy fuck.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Shit. What time is it? Yeah, I got to get back home.
And it always throws people off, because they're like, oh my God, like 2 in one mouth. Like, who's eating? No one. Because you always see girls eating a banana,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know, whenever I'm driving and I have it, I'm making full eye contact with the car next to me. Like, I'm totally messing around with 1 banana,
Yeah,
but to see a girl mess around with 2 bananas, that's what like makes it, you know, burlesque and makes it like a show. And there's a big backstory with that my ex like.
Is it the firefighter?
Her little chuckle.
He like wasn't too fond of like this one party I went to before we got together, and I was like, well, why? And I was like, well, I heard that you did this with these 2 guys, and I was like, oh, okay. And then
He didn't ask you though, or he just heard?
he just, you know, well, I was like, yeah, it's true. What's wrong with having 2 things in my mouth at once? And then it just kind of went from there, where I was just constantly shamed for it during this one drinking game called Thumper. Have you played that?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so Thumper is a game where everybody has a drink and they all sit around a table. You guys are going to end up playing it this year.
Sounds fun.
And you're going like this, like the whole time. The whole table is doing this, and it's a silent game, and you're just pointing at people, and everyone has their own sign. It's like sign language. So someone could be Moose. This would be their sign. Someone could be like Johnny would probably be this. They're smoking.
All right.
And then mine was like, I don't know. I think it was nails, because I was a nail tech at that point. Well, halfway through so you're going, and the whole point is you have to do your sign first, and then the second sign, it passes to the other person.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So then whoever it passes to, they have to do their sign, and then it keeps going. But obviously, if you fuck up, then you have to take a drink or a shot or whatever. So then you're just getting fucked up. You have to like hand-eye coordination this shit. It's wild. Well, halfway through the little pass around of the signs, I didn't fucking notice these dudes are doing this.
Oh.
For my sign.
For you.
And I I was like, and what? And what? I was like, you know what? A girl can't have a moment. What the hell? So,
I mean,
that's funny.
So that's what transpired to burlesque of the Banana Act. It's basically my onstage fuck you to anyone who wants to shame somebody for doing a sexual experience.
Real life.
There's nothing wrong with it's not illegal. It's not hurting anybody. So
I always look at it this is my stand on it, right? If you're not hurting kids or innocent people, dale, run it. I'm not gonna, I'm not, like, fuck that. Like, you only live once, right? And whatever experiences you have, like I said, I'll double down on that. If it does not hurt kids or innocent people or fuck with me and mine, salute it.
That was it.
That's the way I look at it. Yeah. So on that note, Steph,
live your life.
Live your life.
Live your life and be true. Yes. That's it.
Thank you for pulling up to the podcast.
Thank you. Do you need a shirt? You need a shirt? Here we go.
Oh, you know what though? Look, let's trade though. If I get a shirt, you get the Sandia cream.
Ooh, yay. Thank you. And a knockout.
Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Thanks for being all sick.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? That's the only way I know how to stay. It's either all sick or better than fuck. You feel what I'm saying?
That's it.
On that note, until next time, respect, connect. Peace.